Aye, I'm keeping well enough. And you?
Just quiet about.
The soldiers have been making a fuss over some strange temple in the sea.
I have no issue falling asleep, even at this time of day.
I witnessed a stunning display of archery on my travels. Methinks our band would benefit from such skills. Good morrow, everyone.
Off we go then. Shall we get underway?
The soldiers have been making a fuss over some strange... temple in the sea. Pleasure doing business with you.
Ox carts make for relatively safer travel.
They can be most convenient, though they only travel during the day.
Suppose I could enjoy some idle... Welcome, sir. Contrary to the name, this little shop of mine deals in naught but the finest treasures. If you think me a liar, then buy something and see that true the item you requested is complete. Here you are, sir.
Is because I'm free and I got nothing next to my jeans. I got dreams like King Luther, but shed blood like Tulsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations. America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes. How they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get mad. So nefarious how they don't roll my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. This snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people are waking, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my peace. This time I'm playing for peace. You talking sweet, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of my sons. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of my toes, they show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I
You're a welcome sight, citizen. As ever, I'm yours to command.
"'Twas an honour to lend my curative arts to your cause, one I would gladly assist again."
Are you fit to travel? Then let's not dawdle. You can count on me to fly to your aid in your hour of need, Master. Knowing when to use my master from beyond the rift seeks the self-same item we just delivered. I shall have to report back on our success.
Arisen, I knew you loved this world too much to leave it behind. How did you feel like knowing that, or dealing with those presidential people? How did that
Isn't it interesting how you guys are upset just hearing about it? Lived it, so imagine how we feel, and then now we have to defend and prove it to y'all that we went through what we went through when y'all had nothing to do with it. We already lived it, and when we were living it and going through it live, y'all were nowhere around. So it's just interesting that it draws emotion from you guys, and you weren't even there, and we actually lived it, and we have to explain ourselves and beg for y'all to believe us. It's interesting.
Now, peeps, for all of you who've seen part 1 of my viral interview with Adrian English, where she sat down for an exclusive tell-all, this is part 2. And if you hadn't had the pleasure of seeing part 1, make sure you watch it right after this video, as it will be linked in the video description and end screen. Now I sat down again with Adrian English as she revealed even more shocking information that will leave you absolutely floored. She revealed all of the major celebrities, presidents, and royalty that Diddy trafficked her to. She also revealed some dark secrets about Diddy's mom. Now this is an interview that you definitely don't want to miss.
I'll use this chance to commit myself fully to the study of the arcane.
Who were some of those major celebrities that Diddy actually trafficked you to?
Jacob the jeweler. Hey, Jacob. The others are from European countries and of royalty. Very royal. Very royal.
Like princes, that type of thing?
Definitely a prince.
Whoa.
The opposite of being smooth. If you have smooth arms as opposed to hairy.
Ooh. So we're talking about the one who's newly married to the biracial lady.
That's the only prince. That's the only prince I know.
Okay. Damn, y'all.
Allegedly. It's a few people that are presidential.
A few. So it was more than one president.
Somebody who should have just stepped down and retired and appointed somebody else to the actual power instead of them making them jump through a bunch of circuits and hoops only to not give it to them. You know you have the power to just go ahead and step down and appoint, but you didn't want to do that, right? Allegedly.
Many thanks.
Not allegedly, that's what you did. You should have stepped down. How you gonna back? Oh wait, I'm saying too much. But how you gonna back the campaign when all you had to do was step down and then appoint and say, hey, it wouldn't have to be no election. You understand?
So just to clarify for the audience, it was more than one president that was found on those tapes?
Multiple.
Damn.
Multiple kings and princes from different countries. Dubai, shout out to Dubai. You got all the hoes in LA. That's what the hoes out here do. Go to Dubai, get that bag, and come out here and spend it. I told y'all game. Why you mad now? Not just LA, all y'all hoes. All the hoes is going to Dubai to get that money. I ain't mad at y'all. That ain't allegedly.
Expected you may yet linger here.
Yeah, there's a lot of celebs that we actually heard, a lot of female celebs that was going to Dubai and getting that Prince money and coming back.
Exactly. So they also take flights and private jets, and they come to America too to have a good time, you know? So they definitely show up for the party.
Alright, so tell us a little bit more about Janice. I know in that first interview you definitely went in and gave us a little bit of details, but give us some more details about Miss Janice Combs.
Well, let's talk about Mama Day. You know what you did to my friend. You know how you and your son played with my friend underage in the bed, Janice? Why did you do that to your son, allegedly? Why are you allegedly turning your son out and now he's this global, worldwide, global threat? You know why there's so much anger against women? Because of you, Janice. Because of what you did to him. If you guys check with anybody that's been traumatized, especially sexually, a lot of times the person they're traumatized by causes a block in their brain and a hatred. So if you're a man that gets traumatized by a woman, deep down you're going to hate women and it might turn you gay. If you were traumatized by a man, you might be turned gay. And just be gay because that's your first sexual experience. If you're a virgin and your first sexual experience is with the opposite sex, your mind is going to naturally go back to that to bust your nut. And if you want to be heterosexual, but somebody took
I'll
advantage of
gladly
you.
conserve my strength.
It's weird and
endeavour to
it's sad to
supply
say that
every
even though it's
by way
abuse,
of sound
deep down,
strategy and
that's going to be the thing that
defensive
gets you off. Because that's your first sexual experience. Okay? So Jefferson, we know what you did. It started with her, Clive Davis. Clive Davis, one of the main ones. Clive.
Because Clive Davis used to abuse Diddy, correct?
Correct. Allegedly. And you see right now they try to ask him about Diddy. Playing out here, he got no memory. But he was right there in the room with my friend who was underage. Heard of him? Harvey Pierre. Don't come up for you too, Harvey. You're not innocent, my boy. My boy. My boy, my guy.
My worth there isn't.
Now, were you seeing Harp here at a lot of the Diddy parties? I see him on video a lot.
Yes, at all of them.
Okay, so let's talk about some of the celebrities that Diddy actually traffics you to. Are you able to give us those names?
The judge just denied the
memories of our
gathering.
journey as fond as mine are.
We can talk again.
Please dismiss
Let's go. Why did you so exclusive?
so.
We can talk again, everybody.
I felt
How
certain
do
I'd
you
find
feel
you
like
in
knowing
prison.
that, we're
And it
dealing with
seems I
those
was right.
presidential people? How does that feel?
Isn't it?
My master from beyond the rift.
And we actually lived it. So imagine how we feel. And then now we have to defend and prove it to y'all that we went through what we went through. When y'all had nothing to do with it. We already lived it. And when we were living it and going through it live, y'all were nowhere around. So it's just interesting that it draws emotions from you guys. And you weren't even there. We actually lived it. And we have to explain ourselves and beg for y'all to believe it. It's interesting.
Yeah, you guys can't be attacking victims, man. Like, that's not cool.
And a couple of the presidential situations I'm talking about weren't very presidential back then. Some people were businessmen who filed bankruptcy every time they didn't want to pay their employees. Allegedly.
Any presidential people that were kind of the darker skin as well, or were y'all pretty light skinned?
It's a few high-powered attorneys that are representing victims that were at the party.
Oh, victims right now?
They're representing victims right now when they were at the party.
Whoa. That's crazy.
That's another video. I have so much to tell you guys. We gotta do it one video at a time because I noticed when I try to tell you guys too much, you can't follow and then you think I'm on drugs or whatever. I'm gonna let everybody know I smoke weed, which is legal, and I drink lightly champagne or wine, a beer here and there. That's all I do, everybody. That's on my son. Everybody say I'm a crackhead, I'm on this, I'm on that. I've had shroom chocolate before, and I liked it because it opened my mind up to really thinking about some deeper things, but it didn't make me trip and go rob a bank or nothing like that. But besides that, y'all leave me alone. I'm not on any cocaine, no meth, no lean, no pills, no none of that. What's his name? NBA Youngboy laid out with the pill bottle and all that. Niggas is dying of overdoses. That ain't me, y'all. Just leave me alone on that. You know what I mean? I smoke weed. Leave me alone.
Now, you previously talked about there was a famous baseball player that you had an entanglement with. Did he come from Diddy as well? You want to drop his name?
Whatever else might be said of me.
Yeah, I entanglement.
Know that I served
And it's
you
interesting because
all I
we
had.
both.
Let us work together to honour the Arisen's trust.
Basically, Jen from the block, I had your man before you, bitch.
Whoa.
You up, J-Lo. J-Lo, you up. And you lucky you left the country, ho. I know what you did to my homegirl. Sticking that stuff in her. Your ass going to hell. J-Lo, I'm coming for you, ho. Let me see you anywhere. I don't care if we at the Met Gala, bitch. I'm running up on you, it's on site.
So which dude of J-Lo did you have? Who was the guy?
I love green eyes. You know my husband has green eyes? My ex-husband, I should say. The one I married. The only one I chose to marry has green eyes. I love green eyed guys. And that's not allegedly. I love green eyed guys.
So he had, wait a minute. So he had green eyes. He used to be with J-Lo.
How much is school broken?
If we're going to talk about little boys, then we've feminized little boys and making them sit in circle time at a very early.
So he had, wait a minute. So he had green eyes. He used to be with J-Lo, and you paid for it.
I met him at Larry Flint's Hustler Club in Manhattan on 51st and the West Side Highway, initially. A lot of people pay with their credit cards. That's why I'm saying
We see a great many customers give no.
This is before like Cash App and
Oh, yeah.
Hell on it.
Years and years, and there was none of that available. It was only cash and credit cards, actual documentation. And every time they gave their credit card, they gave us money. It was called funny money, monopoly-looking money.
And what we were to do with it is, at the end of the night, we cash it back. This is how scandalous the club is. If a guy ain't got no cash to come with his credit card, they gonna charge him 15% to get however much he want off his credit card. Then when they give it to the girls, when we turn it in so we can get it, because we got paychecks. I pay taxes off my money. I just get dollars and all that. So I'm like, all that's new to me. I was professional in mine. Yeah, so when they would pay with their credit card, they would give us this funny money, and they would charge them like 15-20% to use their credit card to get the money. Then when we had the money, when we wanted to get our paycheck, we had to turn in the money. However much you turn in, they took another 15% from us. And then they had the check cash in place, literally directly across the street, like steps away. That was 24 hours. And then when we took our check over to the check cash in place, who didn't ask us for no ID or nothing. They were cool with the club. You didn't need the ID or nothing, because a lot of the Russian girls that were coming there didn't have no identification. And then they would charge you another 10%. So they were just taxing everybody.
Everybody getting hit. Damn.
Everybody. By the time you got your money, that $1,000 turned to like $700 and something, but it was all good.
Now, there's been a lot of talk online and all that Jigga Man could possibly be involved. Can you speak to any of that?
Well, what I do know is that there's a trap house in Texas that has been allegedly funded by the Diddler and Jigga. That yellow bee, that's on me, baby, is running, and I heard there's a whole bunch of minors up in there, girls and boys, but they're not seeing the boys, but they are seeing the girls. Somebody needs to run up in there. Did y'all say I got the address for y'all, if y'all need it? Yeah, I said it. What y'all gonna do, gonna kill me? You gonna send me back to heaven faster? So you can go to hell even faster and even more hotter? What you gonna do? Think I'm afraid of death? I'm telling all y'all wrong. Minors, you don't even let them have the chance to develop their mind and do something positive. You teach them that this is the life they're supposed to live in the little girl. That's on me, baby. They're coming for all these niggas with hair just on the back of their neck. Who do that? Just right here. So, who's that? Come to LA. Come to LA, I got something for you. That's on me, baby.
Did you ever have any interactions with Jay-Z? Like, physically?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Anthony Gallo ended up booking the Rockaware campaign. I'll tell you a few stories. We're going to leave it to this story, maybe one more, but I have so many stories, but I want to jumble them, and then it's too much for people to keep up with. So, Anthony Gallo ended up booking the Rockaware campaign. Now, that's in this club, you can find that. And we went to the, release party for it. It was at a lounge. And this is cute. Jay, what up, Jay? So when he tried to get with Aaliyah, my homegirl Aaliyah, right? And she shows up on Dame Dash, then he approached me. I'm dating Anthony Gallo, though, right? So Anthony books the Rockaware campaign. So because he booked the Rockaware campaign, we go to the celebration for the, release, whatever you call it, the launch party. And we walk in, and there's a bar, it's like a long bar, it's a lounge. And literally when we walked in, Jay-Z was like at the end of the bar, but in the entrance is the bar starts right here and it goes down. So you can clearly see that Jay's at the end of the bar, right? So we're walking in, everybody shaking out in the hand, like, oh, good campaign, it looks nice, whatever. And then we were at the end of the bar, and I was like, we always pre-gamed at our apartment, you know what I mean? So, and then every time we went to these events, it was always, open bar, pretty nice. So we came in a little tipsy. So anyway, he was like, Anthony said, I need to use the bathroom, I need to go pee. And I was like, all right. He was like, yeah, I see Jay-Z down there. If I come back from the bathroom and you're down there talking to him, there's gonna be problems when we get home. And I'm like, I would never disrespect you, but at this time we fans, you know what I mean? So he's talking to me like on some real shit, like that's the real Jay-Z, because I hadn't met him. I didn't get to go to the Rockaware shoot, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, that's the real Jay-Z right there type shit, So he was like, I have to pee, then I'll take us around and mingle you so you can network. But if I come back in the bathroom, you down there talking to him without me, then we leave and it's gonna be a wrap. So I was like, all right, I got you. So he went to the bathroom, and I was just standing there. Tell me why when he came to the bathroom, who was standing right next to me? Jay-Z left his position at the bar and came and stood and was all in my face like this. And when Anthony came from the bathroom, Jay-Z was standing right there, and he knew I didn't move one step, and he saw that Jay-Z came to me.
So tell us more about Janice Combs and some of the things you actually seen her witness her do.
Janice likes minors, allegedly. Janice knows about everything that's going on. That's not allegedly. They're hiding money in other countries. I know where the countries are, and my investigators are on to you guys. It's a wrap. There's pretty much nothing you guys can do. I know about all the people globally that y'all been going around to the third world countries with people with no voices and promising to bring them back to America, only for them to be human punching bags Oh, someone has bodies all around the world. They're a global threat, allegedly. But Janice, you the worst one. You created it. You supported it. You held the secret. You had the nerve to take all the kids, go in there and go visit and, you know, all of that. Yeah, and she likes allegedly to have 3 with her son. My friend has had 2 kids for them that we're trying to figure out where the babies are. She likes to drink breast milk, allegedly.
Wait a minute. Janice likes to drink breast milk?
She believes it makes you younger.
Damn.
Like how babies need those nutrients to, you know, develop. Those same nutrients, she believes, you know, rejuvenate you or whatever, allegedly. She believes that allegedly.
Have any interactions with Jennifer Lopez at all? Or did you just kind of see her in passing?
She would be at the club. She was at the party. We ain't never chopped it up. I chopped it up with Kim Florida, though. I had a fight with Superhead, Corinne Stephens.
Oh, wow.
We have to do that. That's not me, but I give that to y'all the next one. It's too long. You gotta stick to when we're talking about the topic. I have so many stories. We have 2 years to 3 years worth of stories, guys. And I'm gonna give you guys everything that's true.
Before Diddy actually trafficked you out to these other celebrities, did you have an intimate relationship with Diddy as well?
Multiple times.
Was he into like really weird, freaky, crazy stuff, or?
Animals. Exotic animals, allegedly. Even fish.
Fish?
Freaky ass niggas. Imagine spending thousands of dollars to fly an exotic fish. Allegedly. Say the Nemo around this bitch. Hide your wives, hide your kids, hide Nemo.
Hide Nemo. Damn.
Hey, look, ain't a little mermaid around that bitch.
Now, AJ, do you feel like Mary J. Blige is going to be taken down as well?
Yes.
Because
she got with my friend Danny Boy at 15 years old. The one that sang all the hooks on Tupac shit. I ain't mad at you.
Can't get enough? Click on the video that's currently on your screen right now and watch part 1 of Lionel B and Adria English viral video where she tells. Amazon Black Friday week is here. With new deals added every day. Shop great deals all week on Amazon.
Hi, I'm Ella Pennell, and my new show, Sweet Tea, is on Stars now. I'm going to give you a quick tease about what to expect. Okay, so our story starts with Rihanna. She's a wallflower, she's invisible, until she got blows on the blood.
Wasn't expecting that.
And then she was given also her dad.
When I was there, like, it was horrible. It was horrible. It was so horrible. I can't describe how horrible it was. Everybody telling me not to speak, but just let them reveal my face. And like I'm telling people around me, if I wanted the money, I would have been with the money. Like they've been paying me money, I've been living like I'm broke. They got my pictures out here. Who put my pictures out here?
Now, Pete, I sat down for the most exclusive interview of 2024.
You got your picture. They put the money like they've been paying me money, I've been living like I'm broke. They got my pictures out here. Who put my pictures out here?
Not your picture. I already seen that picture.
Now, Pete, I sat down for the most exclusive interview of 2024. We've seen her pictures all over the internet with multiple celebrities eating food off of her body when she was just
talking about that lady alive. That's the first time I heard the lady, and the first thing she said, after all these people up here saying she a liar, this is my first time seeing this lady that they claim lying. The first thing she said, I know off top is a lie because I done seen that picture of the real girl.
The famed actress Jennifer Lopez. She details her abuse by Diddy and other Hollywood elites. She fought back tears as we sat down for her heartfelt story. Now this is definitely an interview that you don't want to miss.
The following content is the exclusive intellectual property of The Lionel B. Show. We strongly forbid any reproduction or reaction videos for the following content. Any violations or videos found will receive a copyright strike for use of said videos.
Thank you so much.
People can do a reaction video stuff. That's not a real copyright.
I know you went through a lot of
Get out of here.
in your life, and we're definitely grateful.
That's why I ain't liking your video.
Yeah.
I like every
Absolutely.
video.
So let's start at the beginning. How did you first meet Diddy? How did you get connected with Diddy? And how old were you when you met him?
In the 2000, I was basically 10, 11 is when I lost my virginity. I met him 6th grade that summer or whatever, and I remember Peter Harvey coming by, because then I started writing music for P. Diddy, and P. Diddy liked the music, so but Peter Harvey was coming by, and at first he was nice and he was paying me too. But I remember one time he came and like tried to snatch the book out of my hand, and he didn't pay me my money. Then he came back another time and he had a big phone, and like back then the cell phone was like real big and thick, had a big thick ass cell phone, and he was telling me that P. Diddy wanted to meet me or whatever. He wanted me to come to his flavor camp for 48 hours. So he told me to ask my grandmother, could I go? I asked my grandmother, she said no. And at the time, my mother was on drugs. And I was all like, I was mad at her. I'm like, I want to be famous, I want to be rich or whatever. I want to be famous, he's going to make me a singer. So we're going to be rich. He's saying that I got potential to be like the next Michael Jackson, basically what the nigga was telling me. And she said no. So when he called on the phone, I was like, she said no, I got to ask my mama. She was being funny, like, ask your mama. But she knew my mama wasn't around. So I told him that, they was like, we'll take you to go find your mom. And I was like, real? And he was like, yeah. So when they came back, I was expecting P. Diddy to be outside, but P. Diddy wasn't outside. Pierre Harvey was outside, and he picked me up. When I got to the car, he was all like, he put P. Diddy on the phone because I was like skeptical about getting in the car. So he had to call P. Diddy for me to hear his voice, and once I heard his voice, I got in the car. And then when I got in the car, I remember him like, eat the candy, eat the jelly beans. I think I had on pink that day, like some pink sweats and like a shirt. And I had bobos in my head. And he was like, eat the candy, eat the candy. And some said don't eat the candy, but then he was like being real persistent. Eat it, again, try it. These are new jelly beans. We just invented these jelly beans. And when I ate the jelly bean, I was like, this is nasty. And I was spitting it out, and as I spit it out, I was like, I want to get out the car. And he slammed the door, and then he got in the car. And I remember being out of there. And I remember them putting me on the jet. And them saying, damn, this looks heavy. I remember him being like, wake up. I remember waking up. I remember my ear popping, and I remember my stomach dropping on the airplane.
I'm glad to
So it was a private jet?
Mm-hmm. It was just us. I'm calling it airplane. That's what I called it back then, but it was a jet. I remember getting there to the studio. I'm out there asleep on the couch. I remember Asian man or Chinese man being there, and he was all like, you did this to my son. I'm going to the police. Like, you did this to my son. He's in the hospital. And he was all like, if I was you, I wouldn't say nothing or whatever. You're going to end up dead. And like the man looked terrified when he said that. You know, I'm going about you going to the police. And I'm going in and out. I remember looking on the pool table. There was a lady getting on the table. I thought she was Mexican, but she was the Arabian lady that was Miss Gloria Alvarez. I saw her getting on the table, but I was like, I was conscious, but I was coherent, but I couldn't move. And then I remember being like, I'm thirsty. I remember him giving me something to drink, and I remember it tasting nasty, and him laughing, and him doing his little dance talking about welcome to the flavor camp in my face or whatever. And then I remember coming to, and he was telling me, asking me if I smoke, if I drink, and I told him no, and he was telling me basically I can't turn down anything that he offers. I have to, if he offers it to me, I have to do it. I remember him giving me a tour of the place, and him giving me the camera. I remember him like trying to make me feel comfortable, and he was like confident, oh, she got a nice, I felt so uncomfortable. He was like, don't she have a nice body, right? It's nice. I remember that. I remember him telling me to get the camera and to take pictures.
What did he have you taking pictures of, or what you
studio, he took pictures of me, and like when I took a picture, and I'm like in front of the thing, I'm taking pictures like this, and I took a picture of the bed.
That is not her.
Like, I
already saw that picture.
He was like, go walk
That's
around.
that white girl that's showing.
And he told me to take pictures. And I remember taking pictures of the bed, like take pictures or whatever. And I remember taking a picture of the bed.
It's not your black ass in them white girl picture, please.
And he was like recording me. And I also I'm just going in and out. I don't know, he offered me something else and I passed out, but then I remember being in that room with him, and he was all like being extra touchy with me, and I was like, yeah, I started feeling like he was a creep, but I was still like going along with it, and he was like, what kind of you like?
Like, he was asking me about me being molested, and I was honest with him when I told him about stuff, you know, because he was like, the stuff that I was writing, I had to be like, they was asking me, have I ever been molested? Have I ever had sex? And I was like, yeah, knowing I was a virgin. I've been molested, but I've never been penetrated. He asked me what kind of sex I like, and I was like, real big? I like big. It's real big. And he sent Roger Bonds to go buy a pink dildo. And I remember waking up, looking in the mirror. I look in the mirror and I see P. Diddy behind me. And I know when I was in the room, he took my vagina on that bed. And I remember screaming and hurting. But I had to take that. I had to take it. But then after that, I remember I just woke up again. I'm in the bathroom, bent over the sink. And I'm yelling, but I guess I'm not making noise. I don't know. But I'm yelling, it hurt, please stop. I'm weak, I can't move. And he didn't give me or whatever. He turned me around, kissed me in my mouth. And like, I'm not gonna hurt you, but he was hurting me. And he turned me back over. And when he stuck it in my, he told me peaches, nipples, and all type of crazy. He kissed me in my mouth. And he turned me back over, and I passed out again when he stuck it in my ankle. And the pain stopped. And then I was relieved, and then I felt the pain again, and when I woke up, it was Pierre Harvey behind me. And he stuck it in my face. And I remember looking and yelling, no, stop. And happened, the Jewish guy was behind Pierre, like on the side. It was like in his bathroom at that studio. It was like a restroom stall in there. I remember, and then after he finished, I remember P. Diddy I was asking the Jewish guy to help me, because I know he just had a baby, and I was looking at him for help. And he was all like, I don't want to do this, I want to do this.
And how are the numbers looking? We're landing at a strong 70 SPF.
Thanks to JetBlue's low fares, Kayla's in vacation mode already.
And he was all like, I don't want to do this, And he was like, if you don't prepare, I'm going to excuse. So the dude got behind me and his stuff was soft. But he was like acting like he was doing it with me. And then like I wasn't yelling, I wasn't screaming like I was. So then Diddy kind of pushed him back. So Diddy had told that man if he didn't do it to me, he was going to kill him. And then hurry up, got naked. And I remember Diddy pushing him out the way. Pierre pushed him out the way. I remember Pierre smoking out of like a crack pipe. I don't know if it was crack, I don't know what was in it, but a crack pipe is where it's circular, you know, he was smoking out of that. And I remember him making me give him hit, and like I was using my teeth and everything. He slapped me upside my head, and he was all like, don't use your teeth. But I couldn't breathe, and like he was just gagging me with it was just so, like, it was just so big. I remember after that, it was like a break in between them. But then I remember looking to my left, and P. Diddy's in the doorway with like one of them old school cameras, and he's sitting there just off. And sitting in the chair in the doorway of the restroom. I remember passing out, waking back up, being over the sink, and this nigga sticking the champagne bottle in. I was like yelling. At that point, I know I was yelling at the top of my lungs. And they just had me so hurt. They left me in the restroom. And I don't know how long I was in that restroom, but my legs and stuff wouldn't work. And some white guy came and got me out the restroom.
So it was like a security guard or somebody that picked you?
This white guy, when he smiled, he had a cat, like a smile like Garfield. He picked me up, and I was like, I just want to go home. And he was like, I'm going to take you home. I got you, I'm going to take you home. So they put me back on the jet, and I wake up, I'm with some other white girls, like we all teenagers. They were a little bit older than me. I wake up with them, and like at first it was fun, but then they disappeared from me, and it was me by myself. And I remember being drugged the whole time, and I remember them drugging me so much, and they wanted me to feel the pain, and they had my hand over the stove. I remember waking up screaming. This was a fat white guy. He kind of hunchbacked, got a pointy nose. This fat white guy, he was just passing me to different white men, and to a point they all started looking the same. I'm trying to take my time for it.
You can. I know it's tough, man. I know it's hard. Take some breaths.
Okay, it's just the memory that I think is the memory, and saying? It's like every time I think about it, it's like I relive it. And I'm there and I see it. I can't move, but I'm there. And I don't know what days it was. I don't know the time, like, you know what I'm saying? I just know it was daylight, or I know if it was hot. I remember them having me in the summertime, and I remember being there in the cold. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I was there, like, it was horrible. It was horrible. It was so horrible. I can't describe how horrible it was. After that happened, it's like it goes in and out. I remember trying to escape. I remember the brown children. I remember being locked in the cage with these brown kids. I don't know what race they were, but I know they looked at black, but they didn't speak English.
How many kids would you say was in there with you?
It had to be like 30 or 50 kids, but it kept getting smaller and smaller and smaller because they were hunting these babies. It got to like, it was like until I noticed I was just in the cage. But before they like took me out the cage and put me back in the cage, they had me these babies with them. I remember him shooting this baby. The baby had to be no more than 5 or 6. This boy, when he hunts me in my dream, and he is the age he probably would have been now, but he hunts me in my dreams. Like when I have out of body experience, and like it's like that he's chasing me. I remember he shot that baby, and I was like, I'm not gonna move. And he pick up the knife, so I pick up. I was going like this. The baby had to be no more than 5 or 6, to be honest. He had me bathing them, feeding them, washing them off, and bathing them, feeding them. I remember me being in the cage. I kept letting them out the cage. I remember I kept opening the cage, letting them out, and like they used to have to get them and run after them, get them. I remember them being in there, and we was saying our names, and I was like, Amisha, and one said her name, and then she was talking in her language, and I didn't hear nothing, but she was like, fight! So every time we got out the cage, it was like
I could see the transition in my field. I had to sit back and ask for myself, am I going to keep my career into my own hands?
My mantra is that every next level.
Out the cage, it was like we all, like when it was time to give everybody have a sex, that's when I started fighting back. I remember
I know it's hard.
I remember they had a tray, and on the tray there was a knife, it was a corkscrew, it was a glass bottle, it was a candle, and it was a cigar on the tray. And I remember all of them had to stick it in me. And I would never forget how Bill Cosby lit the cigar and put it out on my vagina.
So Bill Cosby was one of the people there?
Yes. I never came forward to his case or whatever, but you know, he had Jane Doe's, but that opened up all the old stuff that he'd been doing, you know? But I never came forward in that. Because my grandmother never took me, she never reported me missing, and she never took me to do a police report. And as I'm calling, getting help from these lawyers, it's like nobody can help me. And like I need help with a lawyer. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I know that's me. Like I can provide pictures, not the picture that they have, because they have the original. The police had the original copy of that picture of me. You know what I'm saying? They had the original copy of that picture of me. I don't have no picture. I got pictures of how I looked at that time. You know, that like you could see my shoulder, and I still got the same frame. But I don't have those pictures anymore. I remember he did what he did to me, and then when it was time for Jennifer Lopez, she was there with a guy, and he was standing there looking disgusted, but didn't nobody save me. She stuck that glass in me, and after that, like when I was my eyes were booked the whole time, and they put a blindfold on me. I remember them beating the fuck out of me. I remember them all crying me. I remember I remember them all being mad at me because I put snake venom in everybody's drinks and shit. Because everybody acted like they couldn't remember. But when this witchy lady, she gave me, she was in a red room.
All the other pictures is not brought up, but the one the picture that I know ain't you. That face is blurred out.
Still be numb, but whatever she gave me, it made me coherent. Like I was coherent to everything, but I still couldn't move. You know what I'm saying? And I put it in everything. And I remember Kris Jenner being mad about it And I stepped her on her left side of her shoulder, like right here, this is where I stepped her right there. And no, it's not allegedly, it really happened. It really happened. And I hope by me going live and me telling some stuff that it don't help him get off. You know what I'm saying? Because they saying, like, you know, I don't need to talk, but I don't have no lawyer. I don't have nobody to represent me. And if it was for the money, I would have been and took the money.
Right.
I would have been and took the money.
That's all right, sis. Speak your truth. Speak your truth.
I ended up, he burned down this building to cover up some bodies, some more people that was there. Yeah, that's the building he kept talking about because he ended up doing some shit. He slipped, fell, hit his head, and I ended up pulling him out. I wanted to leave him in there, but the power of God told me to do it. Even God told me to get him. And I wanted to let the nigga burn. I wanted to let the nigga die. I swear for God, I wanted to let him die. I can't tell you. I wanted to let him die. I cannot make this up. I cannot make this up. Yes, I was young, and yes, I pulled out a grown man out of a burning place. You hear me? And I darted for the woods, and I was lost in the woods. I died in the woods. God brought me back to life, and I just told God, just please kill me. I don't want to die again, but I'm hungry. I was in the woods on the whole. I was in the woods until I made it to the barbed wire fish beat me up. I was already beat up because before I made it to woods, they beat the damn bill inside of me. The deal, he made Roger Bonds go by. He told that man go by that deal. They beat their bill inside of me, and I went to the highway. I was made through the barbed wire fence, and I'm like, damn, I thought I was in the jungle, because they kept telling me, you're in the jungle, so I didn't know where the fuck I was at. I'm thinking I ran away from Africa to America. That's what I'm thinking in my kid mind, you know what I'm saying? And this is how I wrote my police report. This is how the first police report is written, you know what I'm saying? And I get to the barbed wire fence, I almost get hit by cars because the barbed wire fence, there was a freeway. And I collapsed on these trash bags, and some white man, I think his name was Samson, he picked me up, and he drove me from Miami and took me back to New York.
I should have expected you may.
You have daughters, so how are you experiencing what they're going through, and how is this? You alluded to it, that this.
And when I came in there, I was beat up, and they was like, "Who did this to you?" They tried to get the white man. I said, "He didn't do it for me. He didn't do this to me. He saved my life." He was he didn't take me to the police station in Miami because I was telling him that it was like the sheriffs, the people work for the Miami police place was doing that to me. And I was telling him, he told the police did this to me because the nigga was around police, around a lot of elite white people. I was like, the police did this to me. So he said that he drove me from Miami and he drove me to New York. And I remember them taking my statement. I remember I remember lying about my age on the first time I told them I was 17 because I was scared. I don't know. I lied. And I remember I wrote the first statement, I wrote it, and I tried to cover up stuff, but then I told them I had to use the restroom, and they was like, no, you can't use the restroom, but before all this happened, they brought Mr. Williams in there, because they was like, this is good, you don't want to hear this, and they was like, who did this to you? And I was like, P. Diddy, and I named other people that I was around, and he was all like, well, how are you? Where are you from? I lied. I said I was Mexican. I used to say I was Mexican. And I lied and stuff and said I was from Michigan. And I just made up a whole bunch of different stories. And I ended up seizing out. And I told him I had to go to the restroom. They was like, no, you can't use no restroom until you finish writing. And I ended up writing everything out, which was the truth. And I ended up seizing out. And I remember them rushing me. I remember Mr. Williams was with me the whole time. I remember I was in pain, so my whole body hurt. So I didn't know the difference. They did an operation to remove something out of me. I felt the same way I felt before they did the operation. I remember them showing me the video, and I'm like, that's not me. And it looked like they pulled up fucking intestines out of me. And it was that pink pit all on it. And he was like, I was like, that's not. I was like, ew, what is that? I was horrified. And he was like, this is you. Who did this to you? And I went on and told him the truth, you know? Diddy did this. I remember them having to sew me up and reconstruct my stuff down there. I didn't go straight home. He said, I can't send her home like this. He waited till that my big eyes went down, but I didn't make it back home until October, November. I started the 7th grade, the second semester, and I started with my dad. I lived with him my second semester of school. I lived with my dad. I remember Mr. Williams being there with me, and like he's not gonna testify or be on my behalf, but I said I would never came forward if I never saw him on TV. You hear me? Because he is my angel. He is my angel. God knows I got with him. God knows that man is my angel. I'm not trying to be on looking crazy. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're right. You're all right.
I won't be always looking crazy and crying and shit, looking ugly and like, I'm here crying and shit.
It's some traumatic stuff, so that's normal.
Yeah. Everybody telling me not to speak, will just let them reveal my face. And like I'm telling people around me, if I wanted the money, I would have been and took the money. Like they've been paying me money, and I've been living like I'm broke. We got in this situation. We got in this situation. I have to get justice. Like if I want to be I won't sue nobody else. So we gotta get justice. I just have to get justice. I have to. I don't want to be talking and doing this interview and help him. I just need justice. I need help. They got my pictures out here. Who put my pictures out here?
So Misha, yeah, definitely. Let's talk about those photos.
Yeah, let's talk about those photos.
So basically, that's you on the table with the food on you, and they're eating off you.
Yes.
How old were you in those photos?
I was 13. I didn't turn 14 till the end of that year. I don't turn, like, my birthday is in December. So like right now I'm 33, but when January after December I'm gonna be 34. Like I always turn the same age at the end of the year, and I don't know who has it. I don't know who they got the video me when I was going with the white man. They were doing weird shit to me, like they beating me. This woman flat out my hair, got me ready for this man named Joey, and they beating me. Got me strapped to a tree, and like I just feel like I'm being bullied because they put it out there. You know what I'm saying? Who would glorify this? This is nothing to glorify. You know, it is like everybody that's coming forth and they're doing interviews. Everybody that's doing interviews has something to do with me. Everybody is doing interviews has something to do with me. And I'm just sitting back and I'm just watching people. Like I don't watch TV, listen to music no more because everybody that you listen to, it hurts me. You understand what I'm saying? And
so there were a lot of celebrities involved in.
Even if people tell them I was 17, I was still underage. The fake age. The people told me the same. Like, I'm still underage. And this man had my mind blown. I was being abused at home, and I was thinking that this is how the world treats you. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking this is love. This is you gotta do. You gotta do. He took my virginity. My mom was gone. I don't know. My mom was gone. My mom was gone.
Now, peeps, that was part one of our shocking 1 hour interview with Misha, a victim of Diddy. If you know someone that's going through domestic, or if you yourself are going through domestic, help is just a phone call away. Thank you guys for watching part one of our interview. Stay tuned for part two. Make sure you don't forget to subscribe for new updates.
The storm's coming. And not one of this earth, but one of my own.
Flooring Decor is your one-stop shop for the best flooring and installation materials. From tile to hardwood, laminate to stone, our wide selection saves you time and...
I was told not to come forward because I was going to get killed.
You were talking about the baby oil as well. At some point, you kind of got hooked on what he was giving you. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, I was, it was to the point where if he didn't give it to me, like I was bagging out for it, like I was hooked on it. I remember doing a threesome with Kim Porter, and I remember him having us in the room, and I was telling her I was in love with him too.
What's up, peeps? Many of you have seen part one of my exclusive interview with Misha, a victim of Diddy, the viral young lady that was featured in all the pictures that's been circulated all over the internet. This is part two of the shocking exclusive interview. Now, peeps, I sat down for the most exclusive interview of 2024. We've seen her pictures all over the internet with multiple celebrities eating food off of her body when she was just a preteen. We've seen her sitting in Diddy's lap in the studio when she was even younger. Now, hear her story for the very first time. We've heard stories of her abuse by famed actress Jennifer Lopez. She details her abuse by Diddy and other Hollywood elites. She fought back tears as we sat down for her heartfelt story. Now, this is definitely an interview that you don't want to miss.
The following content is the exclusive intellectual property of The Lionel B. Show. We strongly forbid any reproductions or reaction videos for the following content. Any violations or videos found will receive a copyright strike for use of said videos.
Because after I got rescued the first time, I ended up running away back to him because when I told my grandmother the things he had me doing, like eating people and drinking blood, they just, every time I act bad, she just be like, oh, you should never ate that blood and ate them people, you know what I'm saying? Like, constantly. And being poor, I'd rather go back with these rich motherfuckers and let them do it to me than my family do it to me.
I know it's hard, I know it's tough.
These people did this stuff to me, and it's not allegedly. I wouldn't be going live, and I wouldn't be speaking this. My childhood friends, they know what happened to me, but we're kids who is gonna help us. You hear me? Like, who gonna help me? Me, the black girl, you hear me? Who gonna help me? When the world look at me as shit. Scum. I'm black, and I'm a woman and that I'm lower than everything, you hear me? Like, who's gonna help me? And I don't know what my friends used to always tell me. Even when people did something, they got the house foreclosure where we were living and we had to move. They was saying it was all my fault.
So you the house in foreclosure, what house was that?
It went on foreclosure. We always lived on Section 8, but we lived in nice houses. And they was telling her, they've been trying to offer her $75,000 since then. They've been trying to offer her money. And she never took the money.
Your grandma, right?
Yeah. She never took the money, but we ended up moving to the other part of Garland, Texas. And he was popping up over there like he found me, like this shit was weird. It was weird. I was with my daddy, I never seen him. When I was with my dad, I never seen him. When I came back home with my grandmother, she was like, go take out the trash. And this nigga in the front yard talking about his name Antonio. And I'm like, he did it? Antonio. Like, no. I'm like, Antonio? He wanted me to say it the way he was saying it. Told me if I took off running, he was going to shoot me. And I remember Roger being there, and they had the guns with sawed off parts. And I remember Roger being there for that part. I remember them coming to pick me up from my house. I remember them buying my grandmother a Pontiac. She said it was 2004, but you know, a Pontiac. I remember them buying her a car. And he was like, is she in the house? She is in the house. She in there. And she was like, no, she's not. I remember my grandmother telling me to go get in the closet. And they gave her that car. And she was bragging to everybody about how she got a car with 0 miles. So I remember in 2012, I was speaking about this. I remember in 2012, when they was contacting me to come out there and see if I would have came out there, then they already told me they was going to get R. Kelly first. They told me to come out there. You know, everybody's suing everybody so I can get my money, but I'm like, all this shit come with entities, come with dark entities because they have me in their cult. They told me that they got my grandmother on video, and they told me that they got proof that because he bought me a house when I was young for me to stay, but I didn't want to stay with him.
Make no mistake, CIA, NSA, they were experimenting with social networks in the late 70s. They are already figured out this was going to happen, and I think a lot of what you see in Silicon Valley clearly
proof that because he bought me a house when I was young for me to stay, but I didn't want to stay with him. I didn't want to stay because hell no, why? I'd be a damn fool. But he wanted me to stay, but I think he was just wanting me to write music. You know what I'm saying? Just using me for that. He said he was gonna pop me out when I was 20, but I never stuck around to do anything because he had me doing illegal shit, had me in shootouts with him, had me snitching on people, and I'm high on it. Like I don't have no control of me. I don't have no.
You were talking about the baby oil as well. At some point, you kind of got hooked on what he was giving you. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, I was hooked on it. It was to the point where if he didn't give it to me, like I was spazzing out for it. Like I was hooked on it. I was spazzing for it, like I was craving it. Like when I had got pregnant, like I remember Sarah telling him to keep me off of it so I can have that baby because I kept losing the babies. And she was like, you better keep her off the drugs because she said she wasn't doing another insemination where they take the eggs out of her and put it in me or whatever they did. She said she wasn't going through that pain again because it hurted so much. So,
Who's Sarah?
I don't know her name. I don't want to say it wrong, but that baby Chance Combs, that's my baby. Even if it's not my egg, I carry that baby in me. You know what I'm saying? Sarah Chapman, I don't know her name, but I remember her saying, look at her, she's ugly, because I was in the bed, he had me behind that tranquilizer, and he was like, she can't hear you, like she can hear us, and he was like, no, she was all like, I can't say that's my baby. She was with some other dude. I remember him doing an interview. He was all like, Sarah had that baby. Sarah ain't even ain't never been pregnant. I was with her. Like somebody did an interview and like you know what I'm saying, exposed to her that she was never pregnant. She took my child for the lifestyle so she could live the lifestyle that she has. I remember doing a threesome with Kim Porter. And I remember him having us in the room, and I was telling him I was in love with him too, but at the time, he made me go by April. So when I'm on these airplanes and I'm flying, they got me as April Fuller. She knew me by April. I remember it was all the men's or whatever. I remember telling,
I'm glad to see
what's her name? Kamora Lee Simmons?
Yeah.
I remember telling her, like, it was like a ritual, whatever they did with me. I remember telling her she was mad at me too. I remember telling her, like, no, all the men had sex with me. But I remember telling Kim everything that happened to me, and she was happy that she never went with him because he was trying to get her to go with him.
So Kim and Kamora knew everything that you was going through, and that you were underage as well.
Because I told her, and she was all like, "Oh my God!" She started crying. It was too late. She was talking, and then it was just crazy because he squirted oil in her mouth, and then she just kind of turned to a demon. Like he had control over her ass. And I remember when we did the three, she strapped me down, but she was anally, so that shit hurt, and he had to come out and make it out. Yeah, it happened. It wasn't allegedly. It happened. I was there when she was pregnant with them twins. She had a white headband on, and we both were pregnant at the same time. She had a white headband on her head, cause she was fighting him and stuff. You know, he was telling her, because he was having me in public, and she was the one to tell him, you need to stop having her in public. And then that's when he started locking me in the tunnels and taking me to the Playboy Mansion or hiding me at Bill Cosby house, but he'll move me to the tunnels. And the tunnels were in his room, and it was under the rug, but where his bed is on top of, but that's the entrance way to get in the tunnel. You know what I'm saying? I could describe the room I was in. I remember one of King Combs' friends coming to the house or whatever, and I remember he thought it was a restroom, and then he came in there and I was scared, and he was looking at me, and I was like, don't say nothing. I pushed him out. Like, don't say nothing, don't say you talk to me. Because every time I spoke to someone in the house I have no business speaking to, I got my ass beat. The day I gave birth, before that, I've been pregnant. I've been there 2003, that summer, 2004, 2005. I didn't make it back home to 2006. And I didn't even know I was gone that long. So I left in the 9th grade. I came back, everybody in the 11th grade. I'm still in the 9th grade.
Now you just to confirm, you were the one that had the D&G tank top on, correct?
Yes, I was. Dawn saw me in the studio. She saw me. I put her in the document. She saw me. Everybody I named, they saw me. Cassie saw me. When Cassie was running, Cassie was mad because she had to watch him be awesome. And she ran off with that money. And that's money in that duffel bag she was running with.
You talking about in the hotel where she's getting beat?
Yeah, that's like it's old. Like she got beat. Like they just now putting the stuff out. But that's money that he keep in that duffel bag. She was trying to run with that money. I gave birth. When he got me pregnant the very first time, he was trying to hide it from Kim. And I remember she was mad hurt. I don't think she ended up moving out or being mad or something happened like that. And I remember he was mad at me taking out on me, but he always had sex with me, but he never let me take the out. So everybody would have victims look like she was angry.
She also made you use the bathroom on yourself as well on stage, right?
Yeah, because we had this party. I'm not sure which party, because all these parties, when I think about it, everything is a blur, and it's like I'm on the stage, I'm dancing, everything like going fast. Like, you know, have you ever seen a movie and everything like spinning? Okay, well, I was with another guy. Aretha Franklin gave me and this other guy that wanted to come on as a ghostwriter for Diddy. He gave both of us. She gave both of us. We thinking it's BCP powder because the nigga that gave us tranquilizer and champagne, you know, in the stuff. So me and him, we drink the coke, and she looked at us like I ain't never seen nobody drink it before. We look like we think it's BCP powder, but it was cocaine. So after we ate it like BCP powder, we had to instantly, and I couldn't find a restroom, and I was like walking around every time I went in the restroom. It was like everybody's everywhere. I couldn't use it. So he found me and I had to use it. I got to use the restroom. I'm about to use the restroom, get on stage. And he made me get on stage. I'm up there dancing and shit, and I could not hold it. It's not funny, but I was up there dancing, and I'm telling him I got to use it. Please let me use it. And he's like, no, keep dancing. So I on everybody. I'm up there dancing, got my hands waving, everybody looking around, everybody looked at me disgusted. So I'm just on stage. He laughed. He put me in the room. Before he pulled me in that room, beat my ass, told me I ruined his party. I always got my ass ruined in his party. So at that point, he didn't let me come to the parties. I just had to come to the after party type. I remember Denzel saying that you ain't got no respect for nobody, but I think some shit hit him and his wife. Like splurged on him. But it's funny on a lot of people. Everybody was looking at me like, this bitch stinks. This bitch nasty. But nobody can help me.
That's deep right there.
Nobody helped me.
You also mentioned when you were on that table that somebody from New Edition was interacting with you as well.
Yeah, Michael Bivens, like they was like, I don't know what they had doing, but he had them like worshiping my body, and I was on the table, and he was like, I was scared because I'm still thinking about the first time when they did that. You remember I told you about the champagne bottles that happened when I was young, and I remember J-Lo was at that party, she had baby blue dress, and I was like, I don't want to be around her. I was scared. I'm scared of her. Like I was scared of her from how she did me when I was younger, all the stuff that she did, and I'm not gonna just say everything that the lady did to me. But all the stuff that she did to me, I was scared of her. So I told.
One of the things she did was with the broken bottle, right?
Yeah. And he had me feeling like I was his girlfriend, so I would talk to her crazy. You know what I'm saying? Disrespect her. So when it came time for them rich people get together, they got money, they bored, they do some shit. Like they do real. I remember seeing a white guy in a fish. It was just so much. That night, he was over me and he was like saying something to whatever he was, and he was pouring the wax on me, and he was squeezing my nipples like they were pinching my nipples, and I didn't move, but tears was rolling down my eyes. Like it's a picture where my face is turned this way, and I know that I'm crying. They got a square on my face. I'm just yelling. I'm 13 in the pictures, like I'm like on the pictures like that. I remember he snatched me off that table, put me in a dark room, and then I woke up again being anal, and it was like the whole party was with me. Like when I come to, they looking at me like, when I look at certain celebrities, they looking at me like, oh, his eyes open. I guess my eyes were closed, and then they end up putting the blindfolds. It was dark, but I saw a couple of celebrities, but before they put that blindfold on me, I looked over to Miss English, and I see her, and she just laying there drooling like, I see her get fucked.
Both of y'all was out of it while they were taking it.
Yeah, it was just us two.
You and Adrian. You say English, you mean Adrian. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, I didn't want to say her name wrong because I've been calling her mom name, Adrian. That's what I've been calling her, Adrian. Adrian. Okay. How you say it?
Yeah, hers is Adrian. I think her mom is Adrian.
Yeah, Adrian. I've been seeing her. I call her Cherie Guri, but she used to go by Sasha. But Adrian, she's laying on the table, and I see her having to get, and like it's the list when it's like 100 to 200 people. All the people had messed with us.
Wait a minute. So over 200 people slept with y'all
in one night. In one night.
Jesus.
Yes, I was sorry. Yes, I'm happy to have kids because they were speaking nice, and not that time, but other times. Like Allie Carter, she got me hipped. She was telling me to make myself wet because it's like another part of the after party too. The after party where the people in there and they're dressed up in their awards, like gowns and stuff and suits. And if they don't want to have with the kids, they got to do something to the kids. So one person shit it on the floor. I'm like, I have nothing like my that's wet, nasty, but shit it on the floor, and like they'd be like, lick it.
What?
Rub it on your body. One person squirted on the floor. They know who said. One person squirted on the floor. I don't want to just bring out everybody's name, but all this is going to come out. One person squirted on the floor. And you have to lick it and you have to rub it on your body. And if they didn't want to do that, they get a stick, like a wooden stick, and it's like kind of round. And like, you know how the broom is, the wooden stick that you get from the store. And either they beat you upside your head with it or they stick it in your ass. And all this, it gave me a tilted. I had a normal cervix. All this stuff that happened to me in my life gave me a tilted cervix. Like my cervix tilted. Like, I'm happy I can still hold kids and have children. You know what I'm saying? But like people like Allie Carter, they put her up. She can't have kids.
So the people that was doing this to you, it was men and women, or just men?
Men and women and children. They had everybody. I remember Ray Day was there. Ray Day was there. Everybody that's coming out like, yeah, I was there, I seen stuff, yeah. All y'all better tell the motherfucking truth. Like, people trying to save Diddy, and then they were saying 2012, everybody was coming to the club and talking to me, acting like they didn't know who I was, and everybody know who I was, you know?
With the guy from that TV show, did he take part in that as well?
Which one?
The white guy? You ain't gotta say his name, but He's a very famous white guy that was on a show from back in the day where one of the guys got arrested for something.
How you look?
He's married now, and his wife is an actress as well.
Yeah, he was there. He was there when the brown babies kept getting out.
So he took part in all that too.
Yeah, he was there. Yeah, he was there. He was there. Even they didn't off the other boy. They were trying to take me on him. Aaron, the one that died. Yeah, he was there.
Now, you talked about as well Justin Bieber. Tell us a little bit about the Justin Bieber situation and what happened with that.
It goes in and out, but what I do remember is that he had a couple of the young celebrities ain't no fuck me. They all like ran a train on me or whatever. And then like the next day, I was like, they hurt me. Like I was telling him like they hurt me. And he was like, you want to hurt them back, don't you? And I was like, yeah. Because he claimed I was the first person to strap him down. And he's like, harder, like he wanted me to pow. Like it's like I can't pow down.
You say strap me like pegging?
Yeah, peg him. Yeah. So he put me on a thing and like he made me peg him. And then like I didn't want to, you know what I'm saying? And he made me do it, like, do it. Slapped me like, do it. So shit, I just went hard. I mean, either me or you, nigga. You did to me yesterday. I guess you take it today. All that happened. He had him doing all type of stuff.
Justin Bieber did something to you, so he made you do something back to Justin.
Yes.
So was he like restrained down on the ground? Like how did that?
It was like a little circle autumn. I remember him laying like that on the autumn. It was like a circle autumn it was on. It happened on.
Ottoman type of thing?
Yeah, he was on that. And then he's talking shit while he recording. And he was like, please stop. I'm sorry. He was yelling, I'm sorry. I remember that, and I didn't want to do it no more. But then he slapped me and was like, keep going until you nut. And he used to make me peg people until I squirted. And he was like, if you don't squirt, you keep going.
Didn't really know what I wanted out of life early on. Over the years, have really learned about what I want to pursue. Purdue Global.
Going. I remember that it's not something, because like that's not something to glorify. It's not something that I want to remember. Like my dude locally, he don't leave me because he never knew none of this stuff that's coming out. You know what I'm saying? And
this is first time hearing everything.
Yeah, and when I was like, oh my God, it's me on his lap. But he don't want to hear no stories. You know what I'm saying? He mad I'm doing this interview right now. He don't want to hear no stories.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure most guys don't, just regular guys, they don't want to hear they girls.
You feel powerless.
So what made you decide to come forward and share your story?
When I saw Mr. Williams,
it ain't got nothing to do with him.
You gotta come forward.
He ain't the one who went through.
Come forward, but I can't call the FBI. I can't get nobody to take my case because I've been drugged out my mind and I don't know the time of day. The nigga never let me know, so he did a good job with not letting me know what time it was or what day it was. You know what I'm saying? I can't regulate what day, what year. I just remember everything that happened to me. I remember the last year when I left, and it was because I didn't want to breastfeed that baby. And his mama came in there, his mama Amy, whatever you want to call her, she came up in there squeezing my breast like she used to do it like a cow. Like I feel like it was milking me like a cow, and I slapped it over. And I remember her, oh, you done, yeah. And she instructed a big ass person to escort me outside, put me outside that gate. So I was outside with all the other groupies that come on the damn bus. They be trying to get up in there to get some money. She had me outside. I remember I was outside for a couple of days because I think Diddy was on tour, he's gone or something, but I was trying to get up. I remember knocking on the neighbor's door, and they was like, stop knocking on my door. Like, it was like nobody helped me in that situation. That was like a real traumatic time, and I really hated myself because I left behind my baby. Even if people was like, well, that was a baby. When I was taking a long walk, a homeless person gave me their sandals, like some sandals. A homeless person gave me some shoes. And honestly, I gotta feel like that's the way that it didn't hurt my friend now. Because I be dreaming about my baby. She was so beautiful when she was born. And I can dream about my baby. This the baby that hunts me in my sleep. And this the baby that hunts me in my sleep. And some was all like this on leaving. And I just felt so helpless. But when I got to the police, somebody picked me up and he told me to say Roger Bond saved me every day. Which was Gene, and I tried to reach out to Gene, and I called him, he answered the phone, and he told me like I'm crazy, like he don't know who I am. I never told him none of this stuff happened, but Gene gave me a whole bunch of paperwork with my pictures that I turned into the Vegas police. You know what I'm saying? They had the documents for Malcolm X. They had all that shit. I told them I wasn't giving them nothing unless they called Mr. Williams from New York. the detective to come get my stuff because before he was that, he was something else, you know. Before he was a U.S. attorney, he was something else, but he was high ranking. But he told me, I told him I didn't want to give him nothing, and he was looking at me like, you went back? Like, bitch, you went back after they damn near killed you, and you know, removed the bitch, punch your ass, not what I had to get free. They were trying to send me back to Garland again. I was like, I'm not going back to Garland. Like,
You'll not live to regret this.
I've a modest talent for spotting materials that can be used to enhance your equipment. I can even mark them on your map.
We go again.
Give no quarter.
Of course.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
I am in your debt.
Have no fear. Everything will be all right.
Do watch where you're going. You'll hurt yourself one of these days.
Oh, don't worry me. These things happen.
Arisen. I should have expected you may yet linger here.
Follow my example.
It's broken, and with it our path forward. We'll have to find another route.
I'm not altogether happy. No harm shall come to you!
By your command, Arisen.
You're a welcome sight, Arisen. As ever, I'm yours to command.
Come to think of it, the private quarters of one Arisen I served had many a visitor, and rarely the same one.
Fascinating.
Spot. I'm your host, Gigi. As you guys can see, I'm at a different location. Yes, I am on vacation for the holidays. So happy holidays, everyone out there. But guess what? We have some important details about the pastor, T.D. Jakes. You guys all know him for being the Tower Bottom, all right? The fans have video footage, audio footage of T.D. Jakes at the Diddy's Men Only party. You guys know what Diddy does with the Only Men's party. We have all heard Tammy Fox about how they play basketball, men only, with no clothes on, and then whoever loses are the bottoms of the night. Yes, they play basketball with no clothes on, and the losers have to be the bottoms of the night. What type of stuff is this? All right, so I want to know what you guys think about this. I'm going to play the video footage so we can hear exactly what's going on. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe here at the Message Free Spot. And I just have to say thank you so much for the likes, the shares, and the subscriptions that you all have provided. It goes a long way, and I appreciate every one of you. All right, so let's hear what they have to say.
I pray the power of God all over you. I pray His favor. I pray the blood of Jesus will come upon you right now. Keep you in His hand. God, I thank you for your blessing.
There ain't nothing but sin, drinking, maybe fornication, man on man, woman on woman, he on she.
So what if I told y'all that Pastor T.D. Jakes is just as shady or even shadier than Diddy? One of the lawyers representing Diddy's multitude of clients recently dropped an explosive audio recording from one of Diddy's so-called men-only parties. And wouldn't you know it? The audio contains a recording of none other than T.D. Jakes allegedly having a grand time with male escorts at Diddy's parties. Oh, but it gets worse. Apparently, T.D. Jakes' love for Diddy parties is not just because he likes to hang around the sinners and win souls for God. According to insiders, he's at them parties because he loves golf lifestyle as much as the next guy. And get this, there are allegedly bare recordings of T.D. Jakes getting pounded by either Diddy or the rotation of male ex-workers he keeps on his payroll for the special parties. But what a lot of people don't understand is why has it taken so long for people to start talking about T.D. Jakes? Is it because Diddy has been protecting him from the media? Let's find out. Since all allegations concerning T.D. Jakes' relationship with P. Diddy surfaced online, Jakes has made it his mission to purposefully clear his record, addressing the issue on several televised platforms. So, T.D. Jakes has come under serious criticism in recent months because of his connection to Diddy. But it's not just his connection to Diddy. I mean, several high-profile celebrities are connected to Diddy, but they haven't been facing as much backlash. No, the reason why it seems like everyone is talking about T.D. Jakes and Diddy is that for a pastor, T.D. Jakes sure seems to have a weird attachment to Diddy's infamous party. Like, it's one thing to go to one or two events hosted by Diddy just to run shoulders with other celebrities and talk about whatever rich and famous people talk about. But to attend every single bash Diddy hosts? Now that's suspicious. Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, once revealed that knowing what he knows about what goes down at Diddy's parties, T.D. Jakes... parties, T.D. Jakes shouldn't have any business there whatsoever.
When I grew up in the church, the sinners was not supposed to have the same atmosphere with the saints. You have to be able to separate the two. So I'm looking at him as a saint going to a party that ain't nothing but sin. Drinking, maybe fornication, man on man, woman on woman, he on she. But maybe he had to lay some hands on somebody. Maybe he had to save some souls. I know he got a contract with Revolt, so I'm just like, it's just funny that he would be found at any kind of Diddy party or any kind of place with Diddy unless it's in a business atmosphere. So now what he's doing is he's making, he's making the Christians look real bad right about now.
But that's not all. In light of all the disturbing allegations now being made against Diddy, folks are now side-eyeing his Kingdom Culture collaboration with T.D. Jakes. In 2021, Bishop T.D. Jakes announced a new sermon series called Kingdom Culture to be aired exclusively on Revolt TV. In any other circumstance, it would be a great idea to merge faith, culture, and social issues like that. However, now that Diddy has had to step down from his position at Revolt, people are side-eyeing everything he brought to the table and wondering if there was an ulterior motive behind his collaboration with T.D. Jakes. A lot of people also think T.D. Jakes has made some very questionable collaborations with other famous shady celebrities. Take Tyler Perry, for example. I'm sure y'all remember when Tyler said he felt touched to donate $1 million to Tyler Perry's church and lay hands on him.
Our God all over you. I pray His favor. I pray the blood of Jesus will come upon you right now. Keep you in His hand. God, thank you for your blessing.
My faith is true. I hope only to be of assistance. This boat is brought to women as a moth to a flame.
There's a tendency we might exploit. And so will be the court danger. We've earned ourselves a pat on the back.
Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive to better ourselves with every battle.
Like, who gave Tyler the authority to lay hands on someone else? At the same time, rumors also started floating around that the donation Tyler made to T.D. Jakes' church was just a cover for something more sinister. According to some sources, Tyler's donation was actually meant to be used to pay off their victims, and they used the cover of the church so the authorities don't sniff them out. Industry insider Jaguar Wright once exposed T.D. Jakes and Tyler Perry for being involved in some seriously shady business and using the church as a cover. It kind of looks like Jaguar has been on a mission to expose T.D. Jakes and Diddy, because she has had a lot to say about him in previous interviews. According to her, T.D. Jakes attends Diddy parties, not because he's trying to convince celebrities to pay their tithes or attend service more. He attends for the same reason why anyone else attends, extra money.
I mean, if Bishop Jakes was at a Diddy party, there could only be two reasons. Money or... That's all that happens at Diddy parties. Money.
Don't save a shooting star.
I hope it was for money.
Sign and Drive is here. Current eligible GMC lessees can get this ultra-low mileage lease on this all-wheel drive terrain SLE for around $370 per month with 0 due at signing. Sign and drive one home today.
I hope it was for money. I hope it was for money, because arguing about who's going to put the strap on is... That can be a very uncomfortable situation. For him to be at a Diddy party? I don't know. Like, I feel the same way about that as I feel about when Tyler Perry came to his church and laid hands on him and he caught the Holy Spirit from Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry is the bishop of what? Like, I never, like... And I cut a check for it. I never lay my hands on you, Bishop. And he said, and then his boy was scared of that. He's like, he's going on, right? And then there's a woman on the dais. It's the baby out. How's that baby? What's this? Are we a church?
In case you missed it, there have been rumors floating around about how T.D. Jakes is a power bottom and he regularly gets his cheeks clapped at Diddy's parties. Well, Jaguar confirmed this in another interview where she exposed him as an active user of gay dating apps like Grindr. Jaguar added that T.D. Jakes uses these apps to find young men to hook up with, and apparently he would sometimes lure these young, unsuspecting men into talks or other situations they did not sign up for.
Now, we also know that T.D. Jakes is allegedly also a power bottom. And he's a much older man. And they say he's very enthusiastic in his endeavors. What happens when he talks up loose? You know what I'm saying?
Time camped here now. Only that it has come to me rather
It's funny because they're mentioning workers, but they're not mentioning women. They're mentioning men as workers.
Yeah.
Like is that a thing where like there's a website or what?
I don't know nobody ever talk about the fact that T.D. Jakes has an account allegedly on Grindr. Grindr is an app. It's been around for about 15 years now. It's pretty much where you can put a GPS in it. So you go into the app and it uses the location. And it routes you to the account of the man closest to you, and then y'all see him, and you decide you want to do it at the 7-Eleven or do it at the game club in the bathroom. It's a hookup site for promiscuous gay men.
T.D. Jakes found himself in the middle of another controversy when actor Christian Hughes told a story of how he got taken advantage of early on in his career. According to him, an older man in the industry offered him money just to watch him strip, but it didn't end there. The same man allegedly took advantage of Christian when he attended a party the man was hosting at his house. He claimed he had been feeling a little woozy from the drinks he was taking, so he decided to lie down in one of the rooms and relax for a bit. However, as he was relaxing on the bed, the man came up to him on the bed and tried to start something with him. Christian said he had to push the man off before he could escape from that awful situation.
Oh. You get a grown man that knows that you're heroin, and you're sleeping off Hennessy in his guest room. Because he says it's safe. Because I know I'm bad time. At the big party. Don't say what type, say where. I'm asleep. Gone because I'm 4-5 Hennessy deep and not sure Hennessy deep. And this dude trying to climb in the bed. So you spaz out, push him out, like what the? He ready to leave, he apologized, blame it on the alcohol.
Adventures are unpredictable. It is half the joy.
And you try to forgive him. So you're like, all right, man. All right, I'm going. You shake his hand on the way out, and he tries to back it. He tries to shake and grab your foot. And you spaz even more. Like, what the f*** you doing? What the f***? Oh, my bad. So you go to leave, he tried to do it again.
Although Kristen didn't name any names, fans couldn't help digging into the story, and it didn't take long for Tyler Perry and T.D. Jakes' names to pop up. Rumors started floating around that Tyler could have been the older man Kristen was talking about, and that T.D. Jakes likely helped his friend cover it up. All those scandals were bad enough, but this latest explosive audio revealed by a lawyer representing one of Diddy's alleged victims takes the scandal to a whole new level of twisted. Word on the street is that T.D. Jakes was secretly recorded at one of Diddy's parties, and the audio recently got leaked by a lawyer. Obviously, we can't play the audio here, but allegedly, you can hear T.D. Jakes getting clapped and spanked by another man. It's not clear if this other man is Diddy or some other celebrity, but does it even matter at this point?
Transformed and covered by you, so that I submit myself fully to what you have already predestined this moment to be. And I want to think of your way. Jesus' name.
Yeah, so it's been a beautiful day.
Oh, Master strikes a fancy teenagers down round Dumble Sea.
How you let the wine down?
Joy in all the chaos.
I was just thinking.
It does not get any further than this. Asia, a canvas of ancient traditions and modern marvels, with overseas adventure travel.
And don't get me wrong, what anybody decides to do behind closed doors is their business. But to wake up after a night of getting pummeled at a Diddy party, knowing all the shady, illegal stuff that goes on there, and then get on the altar and preach about holiness, now that's unhinged. What makes it even crazier is that T.D. Jakes doesn't even have his house in order. His kids are out here being as wild as they can be, knowing daddy will be there to clean up their mess because he's not clean himself. So back in 2009, T.D. Jakes' son, Jermaine, was arrested on charges of indecent exposure after flashing 2 police officers in public. According to reports, Jermaine encountered 2 undercover police officers near West Keith Boulevard and Southampton Road on the night of January 3rd, 2009. Next thing they knew, Jermaine walked up to one of the officers and started pleasing himself while making eye contact with the detective. What in the crazy unhinged mess was that? Anyway, that's when the cops put Jermaine in cuffs and brought him to the station, where he was charged with indecent exposure. T.D. Jakes didn't waste any time getting his damage control team on the story, and he...
Done, Master! Harry! No harm shall come to you!
I am in your debt.
Have no fear. Everything will be all right.
Well done.
Its heart is most vulnerable.
Stilling its pulse is no mean feat, but it can be done.
Its heart is vulnerable. Miss not this chance to strike it.
The Arisen's magics have been sealed.
Suffer such an offense. We are our master's myrmidons.
Arisen! Coming from right!
My magics are at your disposal.
Master, watch out!
We would do well to seek the high ground when fighting on an incline. It will make overpowering our foes all the simpler.
hired an attorney to start cleaning up the mess. The attorney, Chris Johnson, released a statement saying, "We are aware of potential allegations involving Jermaine Jakes and are undertaking our own investigation of these allegations at this time. Given an apparent government investigation, we have no further comments at this time. However, we never actually got the results from that investigation. Jermaine got released after posting a $1,000 bond, and he probably later had to pay a $2,000 fine, which is the punishment for that offense. There have also been rumors that Diddy and T.D. Jakes used their influence to get everything swept under the rug, and that's why nobody really talked about it after that. However, the incident was very embarrassing for T.D. Jakes, and he even had to cancel some of his pre-scheduled speaking engagements because of it. If you didn't know anything about T.D. Jakes or his family, you would think the son in question was a teenager. I mean, only a teenager would do something so immature and corny, right? Well, wrong. At the time of the incident, Jermaine Jakes was a full adult, a 29-year-old man. I'm not even sure what's crazier. The fact that T.D. Jakes' adult son thought it was a good idea to do something like that in public, or the fact that T.D. Jakes released a whole statement excusing his behavior. He said, "It is in moments like these that I am so grateful that we do not preach that we are the solution, but we look to Christ for resolution. So then, as a very human family with real issues, like many other people, we will draw from the same well of grace to which we have led others to drink and be refreshed." I mean, nobody expects him to throw his son away because of his bad behavior. However, a lot of people felt like T.D. Jakes was being a hypocrite because he was just waffling on and on about grace when, according to many insiders, he hadn't exactly shown grace to certain members of his congregation. Especially gay T.D. Jakes is known for being homophobic and very unwelcoming of members of the LGBTQ community in his church. He faced serious backlash back in 2012 when he made what some people considered homophobic comments on The Oprah Show.
He is embraced in your church.
Store closes in 5. We just need to grab a few more gifts.
Jackpot. That's the one.
Okay, let's go.
JJ, why?
Based in your church.
Yes, absolutely.
Because you know that you've been accused of saying that gay people would not be welcome.
No, that's not true at all. It's not true. Well, the perception in our society today is that if you don't say you're forcing marriage or if you say that homosexuality is the same as that you're homophobic, you're against it. I'm not calling you my opinion. I'm calling you the pastor to give a scriptural position on it. It doesn't mean that I have to agree with you to love you. I don't like anybody. I love everybody.
Does it mean you perceive being gay as a sin? Do you think that being gay is a sin?
I think that we, the people of the faith, is condemned in scripture. And as long as it is condemned in scriptures, it's what I get to say what the Bible says. You know, I'm not particularly political, I'm not particularly denominational, I'm not worried about anything. I'm not anti-gay, I'm not anti-anything. I want to be known by what I'm against. I want to be known by what I'm for. I want people better than me. No matter who they are, where they are, who all they can be, all that they can be.
You recently said this about African Americans.
A lot of people felt like T.D. Jakes was trying to say he hated gay people while hiding behind the scripture and his role as a pastor, and people weren't having it. However, it got even worse when the rumors about T.D. Jakes being one of Diddy's partners started spreading on the internet. And now, the more people dig into T.D. Jakes' involvement in Diddy's scandals, the more it looks like T.D. Jakes definitely has some scary skeletons in his cupboard. But now I need to know if you guys think T.D. Jakes is really as involved in this mess as people are saying he is. Or is he being set up by the media? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below, and be sure to stick around for this next video. Orlando Brown just dropped some seriously sickening footage showing rituals that Hollywood higher-ups allegedly force young actors to participate in.
So you got Panda is the secret code for a certain thing. And so when it comes down to that certain thing, you basically have a certain nerve in your rectum. And if you touch that nerve, you can turn a person into an animal. You can turn a person into whatever you want them to be if you can hold them there. So, pretty much, when you see black eyes like Blueface and, you know, like that, he got beat up, but he didn't get beat up where you thought he got beat up. He got beat up somewhere else. Okay. And so the eyes come out, and they call them panda eyes. And they do this, so you see people with these cigars, and there's, you know, all these big celebrities, they all have the cigar in common. That's that big thing between their legs that they're sticking in. And it's one big society. I mean, no, you gave me the huge flash. You gave me the huge flash.
Casting couch that exists in Hollywood is the part of both myth and concrete reality. Any place there's a boss with underlings in any corporation or any industry, you have the type of sexual politics that goes on that could slide in between appropriate ethics and decorum to inappropriate behavior to the point of harassment and sexual predator.
It is absolutely sick. First time it really hit me was as Seth turned to me and opened up the secrets bookshelf, and he's like, "This is where we keep the children." And I was like, I tried to just put it out of my mind, but then about a month later, he basically admitted it. Did I lie about Seth Green? No, Seth Green is a pedophile. Steven Spielberg is a pedophile. Oh, I'm not going to talk about Tom Hanks either, who is also a pedophile. Tom Hanks is a pedophile. There's this girl, Sarah Ruth Ashcraft, on Twitter, who has been accusing Tom Hanks of raping her when she was 13. Tom fucking Hanks, guys. Pedophile.
In this industry, what you must understand is when you do sell your soul, you are allowed to live forever. And these people that are called youngins, rookies, hoo-boos, our whole idea is these people still live. They will prey, haunt, kidnap, anything to stay on top. This is their world. They have nothing but time. That's what they.
There are gay people, but what we're talking about here is ritualistic sexual deviancy used to harness energy of a people. This is what Kim found out. She found out exactly what. So you probably remember Orlando Brown from his role in That's So Raven. He had such a promising future ahead of him, but then something happened and Orlando hasn't been the same since. Here's the purpose.
Hey, CJ, you got a cool little homie here.
Let me get that.
And when you left, Nelson brought the gun to me and told me to take it to the police station and turn it in. What? You're gonna shoot me?
So what I'm gonna do? But I ain't gonna let you talk about you fucking little son. Here's the purpose.
Hey, CJ, you got a cool little homie here.
And when you left, Nelson brought the gun to me and told me to take it to the police station and turn it in. What? You're gonna shoot me?
So what I'm gonna do? But I ain't gonna let you talk about you fucking little son. Here's the purpose.
Orlando has had his fair share of struggles with mental health and substance use over the years, and it all reportedly stems from his traumatic experiences as a young Disney star. These days, people often brush off everything Orlando says as crazy talk. However, with the recent allegations about Diddy and other rumored Hollywood deviants,
What has America done?
My country, Tennessee, sweet land of liberty, same land what they meant to me for over more than 4 centuries. The plantation what they sent for me, the plan for me was penitentiaries, psychological injuries, but still we rise to be kings and queens. But what has America done for me? What has America done for me? Besides me to kiss the ass of my boss. What has America done for me? Told me profit and loss, had me run from the cops on a horse, just so I can cop me a Porsche. What has America done for me? Show me Snow White with the dwarfs. In real life, my parents got divorced. Yeah, my roots the same as black doors. Then we had to strap when they brought beef. I'm at the black wall with more to teach. Behind the back wall with the floor seat. About to be the only black with a board seat. So what has America done for me? Taught me the words to the Spangled Banner, but I thought it was a trap when I came to Atlanta. And what has America done for you? The land of opportunity and W's. Or you catch the L's and they snubbing you. And that's enough reason to see you drag. Yeah, we pledge allegiance to this flag.
Killing. And the helicopters still hover like buzzers. We feel robbed. We threw our hands in the air to the world. What has America done? What has America done?
slave. That old Jack lay on his back and grave. Got the accolade.
What America has done.
Get ready for a special delivery from our Ohana to yours. Some of our best travel offers are on the way. Aloha All the Way holiday deals are arriving. Visit HawaiiAirlines.com for all the details.
Recent allegations about Diddy and other rumored Hollywood deviants coming to light, fans are beginning to see Orlando's behavior and his comments about the entertainment industry in a whole different light.
And it's one big society of it. Now, when it comes down to the selling of it, there's shipping and trafficking in people, adults, the moms, the dads, right there on Target commercials, right there on Walmart commercials.
Visions of roast meat will dance in my head tonight. All I've stuffed myself.
Agreed. We ought to give ourselves a chance.
So you have a private beach full of celebrities and bodies getting screwed, and nobody cares because of...
To give you some background, Orlando made his entry into acting at a very young age, debuting alongside Damon Wayans in Major Payne. By the early 2000s, he was one of the most familiar faces on Disney, juggling 3 Disney shows at once: The Proud Family, Fillmore, and the iconic That's So Raven. That's So Raven was an instant hit and made history as the first Disney series to reach the coveted 100-episode mark. However, when the cast started growing up, Disney decided to call it quits in November 2007, and that was a turning point for Orlando. It was like the moment he stepped away from the Disney spotlight, everything went downhill.
Show me your hands! What's your name? What's your name? What is your name? State your name. State your name. State your name. I won't tell you until you tell me your name. Okay, fine. You won't tell me your name. Everyone knows you. You got a warrant for your arrest.
What is this? You talk to me, man. Not move. I just talked to the police. I just talked to you.
You talked to the police? Well, obviously the police didn't talk to you, right?
LA County, okay? You have possession, you have C-148, C-243, and you have HS-11377A, PC. Bro! So at the end of the day, you have some warrants. Are you listening to me? Yes, sir. So at the end of the day, you have these warrants, you pick up, this is where you go back to LA County. Okay, thank you. Okay.
In my underwear, bro? What's your name? You told me now, we're gonna go ahead and film. Here's the deal. You left, listen to me, you left California. It's a felony when you flee. What are you doing here then, brother? You got a warrant for your arrest. What, man? Right over there. Let me just start this plan. Get in. Work him on the corner.
Put me out!
Let this dirty feet.
Yep.
Bum ass nigga. Trying to get this nigga some love. He wants. Now I know why he ain't got no fingers. Just away from here, nigga. Ready to get away from my house when you get knocked the fuck out.
That's not going on.
Get away from my house, yo. Come back over here and knock you. I'm off your property. Wait over here for the police. I'm off your property. Don't come back to my city.
I'm playing solo for a reason. I just got out of rehab. I'm not doing no more time away from my kids. Bro, I just see my kids everywhere. But at the end of the day, like I said, I really see them. I don't know them. They don't know me.
Nah, that should have been 3 right there. See, it's crap on it.
My name's Orlando Brown. I infect everybody. Don't freak.
Allow me to gather
Some of this breakfast please. So, recognizing that all that. That's big. And he just got very great. Very make your dream come true. So I want you get you down. Not only yes, that's the way. And you feel like there's so many. Amazon Black Friday week is here. Woo! Woo! With new deals added every day. Woo! Shop great deals all week on Amazon. Woo!
Food is my passion, and I fulfill it at Capital One. I'm a business analyst on the Capital One dining team, using data insights to power culinary experiences for cardholders. At Capital One, you'll find what you seek.
More like there's no confusion.
God bless my son.
Now, those that this is
Put on the food. Y'all ain't got no food for this food. Put on the food. Let's go with the whole English. Chicken king. Y'all ain't got no hot. Y'all ain't got no hot.
So what happened to Orlando? How did he go from a promising, talented young actor full of life to this? Well, here's where things take a darker turn. Over the past few years, Orlando has appeared in a series of viral interviews and made some shocking allegations about rumored Hollywood rituals and the presence of high-profile deviants in the entertainment industry.
There's a lot of things that will make you buckle, bro. They make you buckle, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, they make you start crying. Like, you know what I'm saying? What people do. Like, it's not no story to be talking about. It's really Hollywood. Stuff up there. Really tough. Dad. Like, I was just listening to that man's album. Starring on the floor and just sitting right here. Like, unless you're not intoxicated, unless you're just, you have to be really in tune with life and just notice bone structure, skin, eye color, everything. You have to be in tune and you'll be able to see it. It'll manifest itself right in front of you. You know what I'm saying? But just for me to be sitting here and being like, nah, I couldn't, man. People done lost their families, bro. People done lost their kids and shit. People, a lot of stuff.
Oh, you ever heard of Panda? Like I was telling you, Panda. So you got Panda is a secret code for a certain thing. And so when it comes down to that certain thing, so what it is you basically have a certain nerve in your rectum, and if you touch that nerve, you can turn a person into an animal, you can turn a person into whatever you want them to be if you just hold them down. So pretty much when you see black eyes like Blueface and shit like that, he got beat up, but he didn't get beat up where you thought he got beat up. He got beat up somewhere else. Okay. And so the eyes come out, and they call them panda eyes. And they do this to So you see people with these cigars, and there's, you know, all these big celebrities, they all have the cigar in common. That's that big ass thing between their legs that they're sticking in. And it's one big society of it. Now, when it comes down to the selling of it, they're shipping and trafficking and people, adults, the moms, the dads, right there on Target commercials, right there on Walmart commercials. And you're looking at the people that are missing, and they're smiling like they're happy, but they're going back to hell. And that's really what it is. You know, these are actually adults. Jeffrey Epstein created this saga, and this is what he is great at doing. He's great at kidnapping someone, turning them into putting them in a dead celebrity's body, and screwing the life out of them after he makes a ton of money off of their ass on his private little beach. So you have a private little beach full of celebrities and bodies getting screwed, and nobody cares because they're supposed to be dead. And this has been a major market that he tried to blame on Oprah Winfrey. So, yeah, that's what I feel about that. And this panda eye thing is, you know, the panda, all that stuff is just, it's so real. You know, you want to go get fucked by Shabba until your eyes pop out, go ahead. I mean, that's up to you. But, you know, I just think that, you know, people just need to realize what they're looking at when they're watching the television. Everything is right in front of you. The revolution was televised, and don't know about it.
We can do whatever we want to do. We just have to be respectful, and that's what everything, you know, with media training, which you don't know, they're running on you know, with cars that you love, because they're getting in the car, you know.
I shall do as you say.
People that get in the car, you know, shooting flips. You know, like, you know, like, you gotta be careful and be respectful. You can do whatever you want. So you sign to the mouse, man. And then once you sign to the mouse, it's a forever thing, you know. It's well, no, because I've been bad. So,
what did you want, man?
Oh, yeah, well, that was I've been doing my good now, so, you never know what might happen, but, I wasn't in the right mind back then to even possibly even be thought of, to be on the show or be around radio or be around myself.
Well, a lot of child stars grow up to be kind of messed up there on Paul.
And how are the numbers looking? We're landing at a strong 70 SPF.
Thanks to JetBlue's low fares, Kayla's in vacation mode already.
From shopping hardwood to laying tile, your time is money. Our wide selection of in-stock flooring, grout, mortar, tools, and more is here to help you get the job done start to finish. Save time and money with your one-stop shop at Floor & Decor.
Well, Paul, sometimes, you know, alcohol, drugs, depression, you know, how hard is it for a person growing up in the spotlight and then they get to be an adult? You know what I'm saying? Like, how hard is that life right there?
Well, the thing about it is, it's not even about the life. See, we have all gone through what we don't know is what we don't know.
On my way!
We all going to this experiment, and it's kind of trippy, right? So they have your parents, okay? You get a baby by your parents, and then the parents, right? If you don't know, is your parents. And they disappear. When they disappear, you're supposed to go ape crazy. Called MK Ultra. This is what we've all been going through, and we're all just waking up from it. So, can't blame the parents because it's a science experience. They're just trying to do what they have to do to get out of power to make sure your little ass straight. But at the same time, now they don't look like themselves anymore. Now they're free to do whatever they want, and they have to see this out, right?
Yeah, that's what this is. And it's more like, you know, if you don't know where your is smoking this, if you don't know what's happening with your wife and where she is, you're doing that, you're doing this, if you don't know how to identify these demons, the eye colors and all this shit, you know, if you don't know Leviathan, Beelzebub, if you don't know Satan, if you don't know Lucifer, if you don't know what they're talking about and how they're coming, if you don't know how to identify it, then you start smoking all kinds of shit and drinking and getting all stuff.
Now, before you dismiss Orlando, keep in mind that he's not the first one to talk about all this. As you might remember, Corey Feldman tried to warn us about the same thing.
I'm saying that there are people that were the people that did this to both me and Corey that are still working, they're still out there, and they're some of the richest, most powerful people in this business. And they don't want me saying what I'm saying right now.
Are you saying that they're pedophiles? Yeah. They're still in the system.
I never once said that they're all famous VPs, they're all executives. It's not like that. They're not lower level guys.
Do they have access to children?
Yes. Right. And these are lower level guys. Now, I've been for one of them I've already named. The one that I know that has access to children right now I already named in my book, and it's continuing because it's always been access to pedophilia. So I've mentioned that name, it's out there. His name is Marty. Check out my Facebook and his Facebook page, he's got pictures of me and Corey named. You're kidding. No, he's still taunted. There are thousands of people out there, Matt, who have this information. Any one of those child actors that went to the teenage soda pop clubs with me when I was a kid know who those people are and the people who ran it. Anybody can go back through history and look at the teen magazines and say, what was the name of that venue they were all promoting and who ran that venue?
Corey then took it a step further, claiming there's a massive cover-up operation happening in Hollywood. He even pointed fingers at the police, suggesting they protect these shady characters in the industry. Back in 2018, Corey dropped a bombshell, claiming the LAPD was trying to frame him for a crime he had absolutely no involvement in, allegedly in an attempt to silence his efforts to expose the powerful figures lurking in the entertainment world. And here's where it gets even more intense. Just before Corey's arrest, he was reportedly on the brink of releasing police tapes from way back in 1993. These tapes supposedly contain the names of several high-profile members who are part of this unit elite Hollywood group, and if these recordings do exist, then the timing of Corey's arrest is suspicious, to say the least. But you see, by the time Corey started revealing all this, the media had already portrayed him so negatively that most people brushed off his claims, labeling him as crazy and accusing him of being...
Marty, what I tell you, there is so much information going on. I gotta hear from you all. What do you think about that? When I tell you everything is being revealed, and some people and then you will be time. Make sure you guys like, subscribe here at the Networking Show, and I'll see you guys on another video.
Can't wait to find out what's inside. Lucky us. That's worth taking.
Hey, guys, don't say, well, baby, if you need a shot, if you need someone to be calm, you are probably ruined your day. You decided to lock horns and get involved in what many are calling a smear campaign against Tony Buzzy. So, baby, the Buzzy special is back in effect. 3 new lawsuits have dropped. I'm going to give you the rundown of the lawsuits, and we'll go live later to get into the nitty-gritty, because you know the details are always something out of Silence of the Lambs when it comes to anything with video. Let's talk about this. There was an 18-year-old. There was a man. He was auditioning for a RoboCop video. Diddy did the unthinkable to him. There was another man. Same MO. Gave them something to drink. They woke up. What's happening? But they also said Diddy security joined in. Now we know that Diddy security is also suing one of Diddy's accusers. Now we do not know if that is the same person, but it's interesting that now his security at that time is being pulled in. I will see if somebody is a security and they're supposed to be around you at all times. How do you not know this? Okay, let's get into this. So let me just say this. If you guys don't know what the BuzzFeed special is and why they locked horns, one of Diddy's high-profile freak-off buddies, party buddies, is suing for defamation. Now, nobody knows who this person is because even though they are rich, powerful, and successful, they're also a John Doe. We have our own idea of the possible people it could be. Go ahead and check out that video. But it's laughable now that they literally tried to sue a lawyer for defamation for representing victims. People are saying this is nothing but a play. And by people, I mean me. I think this is nothing but a play for Diddy to rally his supporters, Diddy to rally the people that are involved with him to move to action. We also just did a video that Meek Mill came out and said that he's cheating on Diddy. How did they repay Meek Mill? Exclusive footage of a birthday that Diddy held for Meek Mill was released released to the Daily Now. The only person that would have access to that footage is Diddy or Diddy's team. Why do I think that? Well, for a few reasons. One, we all know that Diddy even made his own children give over their phones whenever a party was going on. He guarded that privacy religiously. There's nobody that would be let into that party without Diddy's approval. On top of that, I go over all the details in there. Diddy did weird stuff at the party. He wanted his own smoke detectors placed in. Remember Airbnb, people talking about the smoke detectors had hidden cameras that could have been how people were actually caught in 4K without their knowledge. He also wanted double-sided locks put on all the doors, and only Diddy could have the key. This was an ancient mansion, well, ancient by American standards. Anyway, I say all this to say, go watch the video, but it seems like Diddy is having a coordinated campaign into one, shutting people up, and two, trying to silence everyone. Well, Tony Buzzy, when he tried that to Diddy, you better go play with somebody else. I'm not the 1 or 2. Diddy and the team thought that Tony was making it up, talking about he was just talking big and bad. Tony dropped 3 new lawsuits. And he also threatened, when I threatened, promised to start revealing the names of these people that don't want to negotiate and get paid. Listen to the first one. This is directly from All Hip Hop by Nolan Strong. They said Sean Diddy Combs is facing explosive new allegations of running and S-ing a stuntman who once worked on RoboCop. The lawsuit, one of 3 new complaints filed today by Tony Buzzy, paints a graphic picture of Diddy's alleged abuse of power. Now, I read this, again, these are allegations. Diddy did not comment on this. He's too busy writing to-do lists in jail. Diddy has not commented on this yet. However, he maintains that athlete is innocent and says this is all lies. I do not think this will be anything. Listen to this. According to the court doc, a man identified as John Doe says Diddy lured him to New York in 2001 for promises of a music video role. Instead, things took a dark and disturbing turn. The stuntman claims he met Diddy at a luxury hotel near Central Park for what he thought was an audition. This better not be the same hotel that Diddy was arrested in. This seems to be an L. Diddy uses his auditions as a way to lure people in. Shortly after being offered a drink, first alcohol, which he said no to, then a Diet Coke, things allegedly went south. The John Doe says he started feeling dizzy and nauseous, realizing too late that his drink was likely spiked. Now they said, what happened next, if it can be believed, is horrifying. John Doe alleges he woke up semi-conscious to find himself being
The wireless helmet is paid for expression. Snapdragon technology helps me tap into that inspiration.
John Doe alleges he woke up semi-conscious to find himself being taken by Diddy. He describes seeing Diddy's signature chest tattoo and iconic gold cross necklace as the assault took place. It didn't end there. He claims Diddy's bodyguard and another man in the room joined in, all while laughing and flashing cameras. Even more heartbreaking, John Doe says he fled the hotel in shock, leaving behind a prized possession, his RoboCop stuntman jacket, which he never recovered. On his way out, someone reportedly taunted him with, "Hope you have fun." According to the lawsuit, he went home and he went to use the bathroom to do number 2. And guess what? A condom fell out. They said once back home, Flamer tried to put the event out of his body, but was reminded of it when he painfully went to the bathroom and a used condom and fell out and he realized he was bleeding from that area. When the bleeding did not stop for a couple of days, oh my God, I'm reading this one time.
Why you go to the doctor right then?
And then a proctologist, oh my God, who repaired famous ASF with a laser procedure. What did Diddy do to that man?
That's terrible.
The man later fought
These people can't keep getting away with this stuff. Jesus, this is terrible.
Did he have to respond?
God!
The legal team has fiercely denied similar allegations in the past. Okay. Now keep in mind this is a lawsuit. It hasn't been proven in a court of law, but they followed it because they want to prove it in a court of law. But can I ask what in the world is going on? These stories are getting sicker and sicker, and I don't think it's people upping the ante. I think that people that were embarrassed before, that thought that nobody would believe them before, now they are feeling free to come forward and literally talk about what happened to them. You guys, this is who these Diddy people are defending. This is what they want us to turn the other cheek on. This is what they want to stay hidden. But the truth cannot be hidden anymore. And again, for all those people being like, something don't seem right. Tell all those people. You will be the same mofos in a courtroom with Charles Manson or Jeffrey Dahmer saying, something don't seem right. Why do you even pick something don't seem right? All those people were in the freezer. I'm saying this. I believe the victims. It's too many people for everybody to be lying. It's too many people, and lies are very easy to uncover. The fact that there is actually
proctologist. They had to have a laser procedure to fix his man area, and he had rectal and a broken tooth. There's none of them. How is Diddy going to deny this? I'll say one thing. I know Diddy regrets ever, or at least Diddy can't. Or what's the respond that also gives Diddy, Tony Murphy? Because to be honest with you, I have my ideas who it is, but nobody knows the story of these guys. So people playing Nancy Drew, just speculation, if you will. But I will say one thing. His security guard joined in, his bodyguard and another man in the room joined in, all while laughing, and they flashed cameras, videotape them. What if some of that videotape showed up in the grand jury? It's a lot of it's who, what, but, and I mean that literally and metaphorically, but we're going to have to see what Diddy says about this and what his kids that are running his PR team have to actually say. Anyway, y'all, let's pray Diddy's bail gets denied. He is a menace and he cannot be trusted to be on the streets. Even though if I was Diddy, you might be better off in jail because just how your kids are going up for you. I'm sure you hurt a lot of people too. Maybe the bail's safest place for you. Anyway, y'all, let me get out of here. I'll drop the details to the other lawsuits in the next videos and I'll go live to go in detail, all right? Talk to you later. Bye. Happy upload day. Hit you one.
Hey guys, welcome back. Please like, subscribe, recommend to others, and hit that subscribe button so you can keep seeing videos just like this. On a Sunday afternoon inside a small retail store, an employee working by himself decided to tidy up a few items on display. It was like any other workday at the shop. Johan Salazar would clock in and start the shift by organizing stock. But as he does his job, he all of a sudden runs to the back of the store, completely out of breath and visibly shaking. Johan, in his own words, had felt something heavy drop on his shoulders. Not sure what it was that was on his back. He looked at the security camera recording at the time and sees something that terrified him beyond belief. This is what he saw. It appears that Johan's shirt and hoodie is pulled by something. Initially thinking that someone had put their hands on Johan's back, he turns around, expecting someone to be there, but to his shock, there was no one. It was absolutely positive that he felt something heavy on his shoulders. Yet, it seems that whatever weight he had felt was non-existent. Or, so it seems, because his viewers believe this invisible weight was most likely a spirit who was getting physical with Johan. If that's the case, then his presence was definitely felt. But whether ghost or not, Johan has been left terribly shaken by this incident. To this day, there is yet to be an update on...
What's happening, YouTube? This is Ali Carter. Talk about Playboy Mansion visit. What? Y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Keep on your prayers. Pray for her. Hope to God that everything is okay with her. So, without any further ado, let's check this out. This is kind of short, so I'm going to add it to her other one.
And watching an episode called Pigment, when I went, they tried to feed us. And I remember it because when you have to do orders like stuff like that, you're not allowed to actually have to like start yourself because this is like a little bit dark. So if you just can't be doing it right now. Just go. Don't even try to take a lot. Don't be about your lot. Well, you're just exit.
Microphones are essential tools in the world of sound recording and production. From professional studios to garage bands, microphones are used.
When you have to do this type of section, can't eat because you will throw up. If you're doing anal sex where you are a guy doing anal sex, you will shit anyway.
Good.
When this happens, because it's a attitude. And if that is a fetish with someone, they use that to their advantage. If you throw up on someone, you will have to eat it. If you shit on someone, you will have to lay in it. Have sex in it, stay in it. So when they tried to feed us, I'd already knew that. I'm always told, like, at the end of the job, I was really happy if my test would give me grades, because that was, like, a big thing of mine. I loved grades when I was a teenager. There's so much wrong. When this happens, because of the mad at you. Being mad at you. And if that's out, you actually have to, like...
Expert. What's happening, YouTube? This is Ali Carter. Talk about Playboy Mansion visit. What? Y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Keep on your prayers. Pray for her. Hope to God that everything is okay with her. So, without any further ado, let's check this out. This is kind of short, so I'm going to add it to her other one.
And watching an episode called Pig Night, when I went, they tried to feed us. And I remember it because when you have to do order sex jobs like that, you're not allowed to, you actually have to, like, starve yourself. Because this is about to get a little bit dark, so if you gotta think stomach hurts, you just can't be doing it right now. Just go. Don't even try to think a lot. Don't be fucking a lot. You're just exit. When you have to do those types of sex jobs, you can't eat because you will throw up. If you're doing anal sex, or if you are a guy doing anal sex, you will shit everywhere.
Oh my goodness.
When this happens, because of the mad at you. Be mad at you. And if that is a fetish for someone, they use that to their advantage. So if you throw up on someone, you will have to eat it. If you shit on someone, you will have to lay in it. Have sex in it, stay in it. So when they tried to feed us, I'd already knew not to eat, because I'm always told, like, at the end of the job, I was really happy if my test would give me grades, because that was, like, a big thing in mine. I loved grades when I was a teenager. There's so much wrong. It's alright, but extra issues. Anyways, yeah. Yeah, so I knew, okay, I don't know what this is for. I was told don't eat the food. Okay, fine. I thought it was because it was a different source of drugs. There's candy dishes in the league parties. There's always candy dishes. It was always cocaine or ecstasy or weed or random things. Angel dust. All kinds of things. They showed us a room. They kind of made us feel like we were taking a tour of the mansion. Then they showed us the animals. Then they took us to a rec room, central playroom. You know, Playboy has
nature is like matter. Of misfortunes. Heavy pack, not least among
contract. Non-disclosure contract. Where sometimes, there are celebrities that are a constant visit. And when they're a constant visit, these celebrities have a contract with the Playboy. Depending on what location they're at, even where it goes, especially when they're known celebrities. They have contracts. So it kind of keeps in if there's a Playboy bunny that they're not allowed to tell who they had sex with, who was there, who was a frequent bunny, who was a member, or frequent John, who was a member. You're not allowed to, technically.
Magics are at your disposal. Mighty indeed, Arisen.
There, who was a frequent bunny, who was a member, or frequent John, who was a member. You're not allowed to. Technically, when you work at the Playboy, when you work there, when you are on an intake and you work and you have a room at the Playboy, it is treated as if you have a contract, and you can't talk about those things. So yeah, you have a contract. I was brought in for a weekend. And when I found the episode of Pig Night, then I realized what was going on. And it took me, I cried myself to sleep so many times this past week. I ain't gonna lie. It's a lot. It's a lot to process. It's a lot to process as an adult to say this was. I still need no words to put to that. I'm still trying to. It's a lot to process as an adult. It's a lot to process as a. We were called pigs. You can feed a pig anything. Pigs will eat shit. My pig. I had a pig. I love my pig. She's really smart. The pigs are smart. And it was stupid because it's treating it as you can do whatever you want to the pig. It's pigs. Processing that as an adult.
Where the heck is?
I'm trying to deal with it. I'm trying to deal with it a lot. Because a lot of people don't understand when you say sex trafficking, what's going on. It's not just jobs, it's not just sex, it's a lot more than that. And in the show, we keep walking right up to the doors in K-Ultra. They keep tiptoeing around it, but they're not saying it. There's a lot happening, and a lot of people watched. There's a lot of security that was at that mansion that watched.
When you hear music like this, you want to take your clothes off. All 17 winter layers of them. That's the sound of a striptease.
Introducing a redesigned Dick's experience for a sports destination unlike any other, with an expanded assortment of the latest styles and the best gear that takes your game to the next level and beyond. With new interactive experiences and a commitment to expert service. Welcome to an entirely new next generation Dick's.
Watch. There are regulars. I know people know, but there are regulars. You know, the people that play into the Playboy, the regular nasty, vulgar, raunchy, and they kind of sell their personality as that way already on TV. So people know about James Boston, Chris Hudson. I'm pretty sure that. I mean, I've seen a lot at the Playboy. There's many names that people see at the Playboy. That's what it was for. In the last year, I've never understood so much of the world straight in my life. This whole bullshit with Will Smith and Chris Rock. They're actors, yo. They're actors. What blows my mind is here we go again with the whole world on one thing about alopecia because of Jada. Jada has alopecia for her. Oh my gosh, it's a black woman in the middle of it. That's like.
I was ready to hear some more of that one. Oh my God. The most imaginable part is when she said Playboy Mansion. When you see the Playboy magazine, you see the Playboy Mansion, you saw the movie or the video or the, you think of people paying for sex and your mind goes into your sex fantasies, not Hotel Wanda type stuff. What you call it? You just can do anything to a person, any kind of way you want. Your wildest, freakiest fantasies. That's what she's saying, basically. The horror movies type stuff you can do to a person if you wanted to. A pig. You do anything to a pig. That's the way I got this whole thing. So I'm in a deep imaginary trance saying, I would never do anything like that because I ain't into that stuff. But as you know, the world has people that's into stuff like that, man, and it's ugly. Unless the person like that, if you like to get whooped or tied up and everything and your partner like that, then that's more power to you. I'm gonna get on up out of here. This is so sad. Oh my gracious, man. The other night I couldn't go to sleep because I'm thinking about her. I had to turn off the Especially the one when she was crying so much. She was crying so much. Oh, man. I'm going to get on up out of here. Hey, y'all take care of yourself. Peace out.
What is going on?
On my way!
I'll gather these now. It would be a shame to forget their location when we need them most. Magics are at your disposal. took nary a moment. Now that we're here, what did you have in mind, Arisen?
We're not allowed to talk. You've my gratitude.
Master, if you're carrying around anything you don't need, there are one or two places of interest nearby.
I felt certain I would find you here, Arisen, and it seems I was right.
Leave the finding of equipment-enhancing materials to me, Master.
Watch out for the knackers, Master!
Fire's fury shan't be of aid against this.
I merely did as you demands.
Keep that up.
If you are in need of aid, pray, say.
Hail.
But not at the expense of my beauty.
Whoa!
You're always good for Amazing!
My head hurts just thinking about it.
Go on, it is good to see the... Extraordinary.
Look around if you must, but be sure to buy order. He's writing.
With Brocker's teachings under my belt, there's nothing I can't handle. So ask away. My hammer is at your disposal, sir. Pleasure doing business with you.
Must you run so fast? I can hardly keep you in my sights, Arisen.
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
Very kind to me.
No,
Well
I
met.
must be mistaken.
No easy answers here.
Arisen,
I knew you loved this world too much to leave it behind. Shall we swap titles? I might know all of use. I hope I acquitted myself well today.
We forget.
Where's a
We must rest, though the sun is still up.
I bet. Okay.
It's the best offer in the world. So.
Is it? I mean, hey, that's what you did for me. Yeah, was you mad at that? Well, lie. I'll see you in a second.
Come.
Look, this boy back. Look at you there, I know it doesn't. You got me so lit right now. This is insane. Oh, yeah, it's even crazy. I ain't know it's gonna be that crazy.
I'm tired of this shit. Really look like yours, but I'm
Could be true, but his face looks a little untrustworthy. I started by cutting his hair down with a guard, and then I had to put on an emergency brace so his head would stop moving. I got a trick on my sleeve, so I rolled him up. I'm gonna use 360 waves and
30 minutes for $165. I made sure the durag was tight on his head, then I rinsed out the shampoo and voila, he has waves, but I combed him out and cut him down with a screw guard to increase the opacity. He wanted a thicker taper, so I gave him that. As a barber, I gave him the client's request. Then I hit him with some cold holding spray to freeze his line. When the hairs are frozen in place, they can't move, so it's making the hairline easier to line up. So I'm giving them a crispy front line. And he's leaving it all natural, but he still gets some bites. You better watch that side eye, boy. But I asked him does he want the baby beard. Okay, bitch. Suit yourself. At least I got an excuse to pull up this demon outside. What the fuck is your hottest fuck? Big court. And now I'm in that mode. I like to scarf off his face, then hit him with the scorpion. Whacker in the city. He went from a strange small cop to Mr. Feeder a lollipop. And he's waiting. But he can't handle the power of a good haircut. He's tweaking, and I'm tweaking too. That's this ball. Motherfucker. Alright, we good. Cut! You get spiked the fuck up! Oh, before I get that situation.
Hey, Black. Can you hand me that towel at the microwave? Yeah. You need that. You mean I wouldn't have asked you, but...
I felt certain I would find you here, and it seems I was right.
How are you today, though? You know, just, shut around. Now that we figured out that I'm not stupid. Let's see who wants to play today. Let's see who wants to fucking play with me. It's not going to be Chris Hutchins, even though you're cutting my hair. What's going on, brother? Oh, he came back and said, well, rest.
Fancy
What?
That's my speciality.
Ooh. This shit. Ooh, God damn it, that's hot. Fuck. You were trying to Taru. Burn my skin off blood. Come on, man, do it again. It burns so good. Oh, that girl, yes. Ooh, shit.
That does crazy.
I guess it's going hotter on this side. Let's lift up this. Oh, yeah, we're good. Okay, cool. Alright, cool. Okay, alright. Okay, dance for her, You can do me all day, man. You know what's up. Dance for her. Okay, yeah. You put on, he was like that. Put on, bitch, I am up like, yeah, okay. Put on that song. He was like, okay, I'm not gonna just be here. What do you mean be here, nigga? I'm gonna drink and sit down. God damn it. What you talking about? Yeah, nigga. And what the fuck is... And where the fuck is Tito Jackson in this bitch? Mother...
I think the 8 was cleaning the bathroom, but now for us, One has changed the game. It's an all-in-one cleaner system with scrubbing pads reloaded with cleaning solution. And the solution gets rid of tough stains and germs. But the best part, the design of the wand makes it super easy to clean all up in those hard-to-reach crevices. Because one thing about me, I ain't touching no dirty toilet brush. So now, I never have to worry and can clean with calm and ease.
Simon says, upgrade. Again, what's new?
Who cares?
Oi! Keep out!
Simon says, limit your choices.
In this video, we're going to go ahead and look at some disturbing videos, turning on news stories, and as always, we're going to go ahead and get right into today's video. In this first disturbing video, what is currently going on in the skies? Now, people in multiple locations like Florida, North Carolina, and so forth have been reporting red skies. So red that it's actually turning their entire neighborhoods red. Now, I'm from Florida myself, and I can confess, about a couple of days ago, I went outside around 4:30 in the morning, and the sky was also unusually red. Now, what's rather interesting, these locations that have these red skies are also places that were hit with things like Hurricane Milton, Hurricane Helene, and also very historic rainfall and floods. So we can never take FARC off the table, weather manipulation, weather modification, but Spain takes the cake when it comes to very unusual skies. And this was captured yesterday by multiple people. And you have to remember, Spain was one of those locations that was hit very hard with floods and historic rainfall.
Have a gander in my
Yo igual. Me das miedito, vamos, parece de película. Fin del mundo.
Just
It is definitely horrifying to see the skies like this over in Spain, because like I said, Spain was one of those locations that had faced very horrific rainfall, historic rainfall, and horrifying floods. And so this could be the end result of them manipulating the weather, manipulating the skies, or perhaps they are manipulating the weather again. While people are witnessing these very bizarre skies over in Spain, the very same day over in Washington, while they are facing a bomb cyclone, and this is what it looks like.
Oh my God! Holy shit!
Fucking hell! Jesus, fuck!
Many thanks.
Personally, I've never heard of a bomb cyclone before, and a lot of other people in the comment sections of these videos are asking what a bomb cyclone is, but apparently people in Washington and the surrounding states are familiar with this type of weather. They are familiar with what's known as a bomb cyclone. This next video comes from Conscious Juice on TikTok.
No, no.
Trees, debris everywhere.
I don't care what it is, but I'm not watching
Not
this.
60,000 pounds, but over 160,000 pounds of ground beef was recalled due to a nasty strain of E. coli, with multiple people actually losing their lives.
The excellence of driving a Buick is matched by the excellence of the dealership experience when you own a Buick.
Current eligible non-GM owners get $3,000 purchase allowance on Encore GX models. That's 10% below
Strain of E. coli, with multiple people actually losing their lives.
More than 160,000 pounds of fresh and frozen ground beef products.
Proper rest is an important duty in its own right.